Welcome to Webb City Cardinals basketball on KNEO 91.7 FM with live audio and video online at kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show for the Webb City Cardinals. Now let's go to the game site for all the action.
And good evening from Webb City High School. We're at the Cardinal Dome tonight as your Webb City Cardinals set to take on the Nixa Eagles in a doubleheader action. We'll start out with the varsity girls game first in our countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. Luke Taylor back at our studios as the Cardinals back in the gym after couple days off. This game for the girls supposed to have been played last night, but with the inclement weather in the area, pushed everything to tonight. So another super night here, Dimitri, and another night for the Cardinal girls to get better and show what they're made of. But this is a COC game, so we know it's going to be a tough matchup with the Nixa Eagles tonight.
Absolutely, and we saw in the JV game, I mean, these Nixa Eagles, they don't give up, but neither do the Cardinals, and it's our home game, first home game, as you said, in the COC, so no better way to kick it off with one of the best teams in the conference as well.
The Nixa Eagles come in 6-3 on the season, or 8-3 on the season. The Cardinals have improved their record to 6-4 after the victory last Friday over Pittsburgh. And Will, as you look back at last Friday, what did you like most about that win over the Purple Dragons?
Well, I thought overall they shot the ball really, really well, a lot better than they had in previous games. And defensively, they got a lot of good turnovers, and they did really well capitalizing off of those turnovers as well.
We talked about the hot shooting night, and Kira Long with 29, I think, is what she ended up with overall, but several contributors along the way. You can't necessarily always count on a hot shooting night, but I thought it came out of their defense, Dimitri, as Will just mentioned, and that'll have to be on point again tonight.
Absolutely, and like you said, defense was on point, but they were able to mix it up. They were able to go from a man to a zone to a full-court press, half-court trap, and I think that's really what motivates both the Lady Cardinals and the varsity men's Cardinals as well, as they're able to mix it up on defense and create transition points and turnovers. And as Will and I were talking about on Friday, they're able to create turnovers without even stealing the ball. They're causing self-calmed errors, and that's been contributed, and they got probably about 20 points off of fast break points and turnovers the other night.
The Lady Cardinals looking to end what is a 9-game losing streak against these Nixa Eagles, and they've got the right components to make that happen if they can execute here tonight. We'll go ahead and take our first timeout. Our countdown to tip-off brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. Back here in 3 minutes, you're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride. at Missouri Southern State University.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
And we welcome you back to Webb City High School. We're at the Cardinal Dome tonight for doubleheader action between the Nixa Eagles and your Webb City Cardinals. The varsity girls getting set to do battle here in about 9 minutes. Our countdown to tip-off brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. And as you look at the Nixa Eagles, got impressed by a team that's carrying 6 seniors. You know, there's a lot of basketball under their belt. They've played a lot together. 5 of those really strong contributors for this team. But what does that mean in a game like this? Cardinals maybe a little less experience, but also have the kind of players on the floor, Dimitri, that are not afraid of a tough tussle against a team loaded up with seniors.
It just means the leadership and the intensity has to ramp up a whole lot. I mean, as we said, it's the first conference game of the year, and it's at home, but at the same time, it's the first conference game for the Nixa Lady Eagles as well, and they're on the road. So everybody likes to play spoiler, especially during the playoff time, as we've seen in the NFL, but you just got to ramp up the leadership. And then whether you're a senior, junior, sophomore, whether you're on the bench, even whether you're on the coaching staff as well, the leadership, the intensity has to go up, and just overall effort as well. You got to know that these Lady Eagles, they're 6 seniors, as you said, so not all 5 of them are going to be on the floor at the same time. They got nothing to lose. It's their last season, so they're going to go all out, and they're going to try to guard you 94 feet.
The Nixa Eagles coming off a 3-1 showing at the Pink and White Tournament Classic at Drury in the final week of December, so they're playing with some confidence, as are the Cardinals. Earlier, I had a chance to talk with head coach Grant Barrett, so let's go ahead and go to the coaches show at this time and hear from head coach Grant Barrett. Back after this. Good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's coaches show. Scott Boudreau along with head coach Grant Barrett as the Cardinals get set to play the Nixa Eagles here on another doubleheader night. Last night's game canceled. You moved it to Tuesday, Coach, but I know your girls got to be ready to play off a solid victory last Friday night.
Oh, yeah. I thought on Friday night at the beginning game of the doubleheader that our kids had great focus about them. Played a local rival in Pittsburgh, but we executed from tip until the very end as far as what we needed to get done offensively and defensively. And it also helps when you shoot the ball as well as we did. When the ball goes in, then everything looks a little bit better. So
this is a COC game. Nixa is a quality opponent. What changes in terms of the approach you have to make when you start league play like this?
Well, we're still in the beginning stages of trying to figure out who we are and what we do. So we're going to change a few things up in how we play, in the fact of our pickup points, and mix up our pressures a little bit more against a quality team like that. that they just came out of the pink and white tournament and won 3 or 4 games, and the game that they got beat, it was a very close game. So I know that we have our work cut out for us, but we're excited about the opportunity and seeing like where our young kids can do tonight.
When we talk about Nixa, senior laden team, but that gives, I think, the youngsters on your team that much more of a challenge, but that's a good challenge from the way you look at it as a coach, I'm guessing.
Oh, yes. I think, on the girls' side, like we are very young, and 17 of our 22 are freshmen and sophomores. We start 3 sophomores. We play 3 more sophomores and 2 freshmen on the varsity team right now. So when we can go out and compete against these older veteran-type teams, it bodes well for our girls and our confidence and what we can do going forward. But I don't think our girls are scared of anyone we play. It's just, can they believe in the ability of themselves and believe in what we are doing as a team, and do that for the whole 32 minutes. In a few of our losses this year, I felt like for parts of the game, we executed it. And then there was that moment, when the wheels kind of fell off a little bit and, our heads dropped at like we lost our enthusiasm at times. If we can do that for all 32 minutes, I really like the product that we can put on the floor against whoever we play.
Tonight, being a home game, being a doubleheader, school's back in session.
Yeah.
Expect a good student section tonight. But what are some other keys to the game besides the energy that you hope these girls play with? Maybe feeling that crowd energy as well.
This will be our 3rd time of playing in the double header, and as the girls coach, I really like it. I think it bodes well for the crowd. I think it's a great product. The fans can come and see 6 games essentially, and they can float between the gyms and catch this and catch that. And I think when we can do that, it's great for the community. It's great to have big crowds out there. Tonight, keys for us, though, I feel like we really got to do a good job of rebounding the basketball. And I say that a lot, but we're not the biggest team, but we have to do a really good job of limiting second and third chances to Nixa. And then we have to try and make them play more in the half court. They really get up and down quickly. Live ball turnovers equal 2 points for them. So we really got to do those 2 things well against them. For ourselves, I feel like it's really important that we can come out and kind of set the tone of the game on how we want the game to be played early, and let them know that we're not going to roll over, and that we're here to fight for all 32 minutes.
Coach, good luck in tonight's ball game. We'll talk to you at halftime and after the game.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick, Luke Taylor back at our studios. Just about 2.5 minutes from tip-off here between your Webb City Lady Cardinals and the Nixa Lady Eagles. Cardinals are 2-2 on this date. I've played a lot of games on January 7th, but that's a good sign. Memorable game a few years back in 2020 with solid victory that night over Lamar early in the season. 60-29. J.D. Duda finished with 19 points and 6 steals. Raven Vaughn scored 15. And Peyton Hawkins chipped in with 10 for the Cardinals. Tonight, as the Cardinals look to stop these Eagles, let's talk about our keys to winning tonight. Our keys to winning brought to you by Missouri Southern State University. Qualifying first-time freshmen are eligible to receive $20,000 in scholarships automatically. Missouri Southern State University. Learn more at mssu.edu/Moso Merit and apply today. Dimitri, what are those keys to winning tonight?
I just got one key, and then I'll hand it to Will. But as we mentioned, it's got to be rebounding. As you said, these Lady Eagles they're physical. They're seniors, so they got none to lose, as I said earlier. So rebound's going to be a big thing. And actually, I'll throw one more in there: free throws. As we saw in the JV game, those free throws came down very clutch, and the Lady Cardinals missed the last 4, but fortunately we're able to beat the clock as the Lady Eagles ran down there and almost missed a layup. But these games are going to be close. It's conference play now, so it's time to get ready to go. And I'll throw it to Will real quick.
Well, I've just got one extra key to throw on top of that. Whenever you turn the ball over, we know this Webb City team will. You have to make sure you get points, especially against this really good Nixa team with a lot of good players. If you don't capitalize on your turnovers and their mistakes, they will make you pay.
It's the Webb City Cardinals and the Nixa Eagles here tonight, and now it's time for our starting lineups, brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Webb City and Reeves Tire and Automotive. Here are those starting lineups. First for the visiting Nixa Lady Eagles. It'll be a senior, Carla Ferguson, a senior, Celia Young, a junior, Taylor Wood, a senior, Brooke Teeter, and a junior, Gwen Kubik.
Yes, sir.
The head coach is Jenny Talbert, assisted by Vitaly Pulver, John Stock, Callie Howard, and the manager is Noelle Antonelli. Now the starting lineups for your Webb City Cardinals: a 5'10" senior, Jenna Schultz; a 5'8" senior, Kira Long; 5'7" sophomore, Abby Sargent; 5'7" sophomore, Whitley Keith; and a 5'11" sophomore, Addie Burns. The Cardinals are coached by first-year head coach Grant Barron, assisted by Brooke Stauffer, Kathy Harris, and Emma Floyd. Their managers are Lydia McKee and Lachelle Haywood. Our athletic trainer, Craig Jennings, and Joni Hatterman. Our officials for tonight's contest: Kirk Moore, Bobby Thiel, and Derek Price. As the Cardinals getting set to be introduced here in front of the home crowd that's gathered. And great thing about these doubleheader nights, Dimitri, is you can go watch a little game in the other gyms. You can watch the game on the dome floor and bounce back and forth a little bit. And we know this place will fill up here probably in the next few minutes as some of those earlier games begin to get finished. And looking forward to a good turnout here from Cardinal Nation on a Tuesday night. And where else are you going to go? You don't want to stand out in this 8-degree weather, I don't think. So come on into the dome or turn us up on your live stream there at the house and enjoy a great doubleheader night of basketball here. And Cardinals getting some final instructions from head coach Grant Barrett before they get set to head to the center circle for the jump ball. And we'll see if Cardinals can get off to that hot start that they did Friday night. 26 points, I think it was, in that first quarter. And Addie Burns wins the tip. Kira Long with the basketball. Bring it up the floor. Now to Whitley Keith. Goes down the lane. Stops. Kicks it out to Burns. She'll weave and wait for Keith to come around the horn. Keith in the corner for Abby Sargent. Wants to go baseline. Behind the back. Puts it up with her left hand. Shot blocked. Here come the Eagles the other way. Gray uniforms and red numbers for the Eagles. There goes a wide open look. Shot down late with a foul, but Brooke Teeter on the curl that time had a great look, great action on their offensive set.
We see both defenses came out in man-to-man, so it's going to be the biggest thing that we were talking about last Friday was you're going to be on the island as the first free throw goes down. You're going to be on the island all game, so you got to be able to win those one-on-ones, but more importantly, if you're going to be manned up and denied, the off-ball movement has to be excellent.
And the second free throw good, and the Eagles lead it 2-0. They'll show a 1-2-1-1 press here against the Cardinals. We saw this in the junior varsity game. We'll see if the varsity Cardinals can break it. There goes Kira Long, and she's fouled just as she crossed the timeline. And an early foul on Taylor Wood, the 5'11 junior. Some height on this Eagles team. We'll see how the Cardinals handle that as well. Abby Sargent with the basketball up top. Dribble drive to Kara Long. Gets into the lane. Bounce pass to Whitley Keith. Shot up, no good. And scramble for the rebound. Picked up by the Eagles. They want to run every time. Here they come the other way. Bounce pass in the lane. Went off Sargent's foot and go back to the Eagles. Make or miss, you better be hustling back to get into defensive position. Eagles to inbounds here. There's a three, and it's good as Celia Young knocks one down. 5-0 Eagles.
That's going to be a problem, Scott. Young looked really confident. She was about from the volleyball line when she shot it.
Kara Long in the corner, dribbles baseline, gets her shot up. No good. Rebound Eagles, stolen by Whitley Keith, and she turned it over. Gets it back one more time, and a push called on Taylor Wood, and she's going to pick up her second foul. The Cardinals hustling all the way for the offensive rebound there. The speed of the game tonight is going to be different as well from what it was the other night.
Absolutely, but they just got to be patient. They just got to realize that the best way to move the ball is not by dribbling, it's by passing.
And you can see Coach Barrett wants a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with you. Back here with more Cardinal basketball after this. You're listening to Cardinal basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
The Webb City Booster Club is proud to support Webb City student athletes. The Booster Club works with parents, community volunteers, and businesses to enrich the experience of Webb City High School athletics. They would like to encourage anyone interested in making an impact on our student athletes to consider joining the Booster Club. If you are an individual, family, or business and would like more information on joining the Boosters, you can stop by the Booster trailer that is at all Cardinal home games, or you can find them on Facebook at Webb City Athletic Booster Club. Webb City Booster Club wishes all their athletes an amazing year.
Cardinals trail the Nixa Eagles 5-0 here in the early going. 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Cardinals have got 2 shot attempts up, but also a couple of turnovers here early. The Eagles have a layup and a 3 to show. See if the Cardinals can settle in after that timeout by head coach Grant Barrett. Wood comes down the lane. In the corner, now back up top. Ferguson all the way down the lane, and a left-hand layup. It's good. And Whitley Keith will throw it into Sargent. They're throwing it to the corner, right where the Eagles want it. Now they got to get it up the floor. Kara Long has it. Handoff to Sargent all the way down the lane. She was bumped, and the ball goes out of bounds. As much as you want to use your speed, you still got to do it with some control because Nixa Eagles really active defensively.
Absolutely, Scott, but they just don't look comfortable. They look really uncomfortable, and they're speeding up their game. But the Lady Eagles play that fast game, as we saw Ferguson right there. But the Lady Cardinals got to keep up.
Great look inside by Kara Long, and Coach Barrett said, go ahead and take your shot. She was aggressive the other night. I think you'll want some of that tonight so that she can be a threat. There's a steal by Sargent, and she was fouled, trying to put up a left-hand layup. And a turnover that time by Celia Young, and a foul by Young as well. Sends Abby Sargent to the free throw line. 7-0 Eagles, and the Cardinals now on the board with that first free throw.
Games like this, Scott, are just going to be perfect for players like Burns because they have all that size in the middle. Burns can just go over the top either where it's from mid-range or from that free throw line area and score those easy twos.
7-2, the Cardinals cut into the lead. They'll put up their own 2-1-2 pressure, get a steal in the backcourt. Burns has it, up the floor to Long. She'll go up and missing, but fouled once again, and that's the second foul on Ferguson, I believe. Her first. It was Young with the foul on the previous possession. That was an example of what you're talking about. They got the defensive stop. Burns able to look over the defense and make the pass to Long, who makes the first free throw.
Absolutely, and there's just another fundamental play by Long as well. She was able to jump, stop, pump, and she was able to get the foul and hopefully knock down these 2 free throws.
Second free throw good. Cardinals have cut the lead to 7-4. 5:30 left here in the first quarter. Still in that press, and a push from behind as Jenna Schultz that time late on the break. She saw the pass coming, but didn't quite get around the Eagles player and fouled from behind. Cardinals will stay in their full court pressure look here. Back it into a half court look likely. Here comes Ferguson. Now to Wood. Dribbles baseline. Cut off there by Schultz. Back up top to Kubik. And, they're going to get Abby Sargent on a reach-in foul. And that's 2 quick fouls on Abby Sargent, so she'll be replaced by Brecklin Sargent. There's a 3 from the corner by the Eagles. No good. Box out by Burns, knocked away off of the shin of Whitley Keith, I believe. And these Eagles are active on the boards, and that's what we talked about in our keys.
Absolutely, but the biggest
There's
thing to
a 3
note.
by Wood. No good. And a tie-up. Burns, or Schultz rather, tied up one of the Eagles that time, and it'll go back to the Eagles.
One thing, the biggest things to note, Scott, is that all 4 of them are going for that rebound as well.
Nice steal there by the Cardinals. They get it up to Kira Long. Back to Whitley Keith. She'll play the point here for now. 1 of the 3 turned it down. There's Addie Burns. On the handoff to Brecklin Sargent. Now goes back door to Burns, but stolen by the Eagles' Taylor Wood. She comes up the floor with it and knocked away late by Kira Long, or they'd have had another easy break, but she knew what Ferguson was doing ahead of her and able to knock it away for now, at least create a out-of-bounds play for the Eagles. There's a 3 by the Eagles, no good. Brecklin Sargent had the rebound and lost it. As Brooke Teeter with the 3-point attempt, it'll go back to the Cardinals. Guess she had it knocked out of her hand.
I guess so.
They get it into Brecklin Sargent. She's trapped. Gets it to Whitley Keith and then saved in by the Eagles. And scoring. And she'll go to the free throw line for 1 more. And you see right now the quickness of all these guards for the Eagles showing up with this full court trap that they're really employing well, sending that first pass to the corner every time. It's 10-4 Eagles after the 3-point play.
The other thing, though, is that the Lady Cardinals, they're throwing into the dead zones of a trap. So I can't throw into the 8 corners of the basketball court no matter what. I got to get it to the middle, and I got to get someone like Burns or Keith or Long who can handle the ball and play back really well.
Burns with a shot. Her shot was blocked by Gwen Kubik that time, and I think Coach Barrett wanted a foul on that. He's saying, hey, give them a little shot fake before you go up with it, because they're very aggressive even with trying to block, and that's 5 team fouls on the Cardinals with 4:03 left here in the first quarter.
Burns also has to use her ability to shoot and extend the play, and first shot's no good at the free throw line. And her playmaking ability, she's got to pull Kubik out of the paint. Kubik's getting the rebound. She's boxing everybody out. She's able to just tower over everybody. Burns has to use that same height and use it against them to get some points for the Lady Cardinals.
Missed both free throws. Kira Long with the basketball. Brings it across the timeline against Ferguson. Hand off to Burns. Down the lane she goes. Guarded by Wood. Got to go ahead and challenge her. She's got 2 fouls. Goes out of bounds off of Celia Young for the Eagles, and Brecklin Sargent will throw it in for the Cardinals.
There's one thing about the Eagles, Scott. They're fast. They're quick. They're laterally quick, and they're not going to give up. I mean, like you said, they got 6 seniors, so they ain't got nothing to lose.
They throw it into Kira Long on that side. There's Addie Burns for 3. Her shot missing. Picked up by Brecklin Sargent. She puts it in. 10-6. Cardinals trail by 4. 3:37 left here in the first. Eagles break the Cardinals press. Wood gets it to Young. Now in the corner. Ferguson missed a shot. Here comes Whitley Keith by herself. And one thing you'll have to know in this ballgame, if you're a Cardinal, you may get past a couple of Eagles, but they're probably coming right back to try to steal it from you, and you got to take care of that basketball. We see Alan Maxwell in for the first time. And Sargent looking to get it in. 5-second call. And that's just, you got to make a hard cut. I think if you're the other Cardinals, can't leave the inbounds person hanging to dry. There's Ferguson down the lane. Now Teeter with it. Outside they go for a three, no good. And Carolong had it, lost it. And that's a good foul maybe by Whitley Keith because they had a layup on the pass.
Absolutely, but at the same time, that's her second foul, and that's another starter down, and that's going to be the biggest thing. And as we said in our key takeaways was free throws. I mean, that's 16 fouls to Nixa Eagles 14 fouls, so free throws are going to come into a big factor.
And Kennedy Nash, the 5'6" senior in there for the Eagles, makes the first free throw. Second one in as well. It's 12-6. Eagles. Nixa doubling up the Cardinals right now. There's a pass in transition. Comes Burns for two. That time they broke the press beautifully, throwing the first pass to half court. A near steal by the Cardinals. And here comes Nash down the lane, missing the shot inside was Teeter. And it'll go back to the Cardinals. It's 12-8. Cardinals still in the fight right now, and they're starting to get used to the speed, I think.
The speed and also the physicality. And as we said last week, I mean, it's a COC. I mean, it's physical, it's fast, and you got to be gritty to be able to get a win.
Cardinals push it up the floor once again to the half-court line and got it across easily using the height of Maxwell that time. Kira Long with the basketball, bounce pass to Brecklin Sargent. Now back to Long, gets down the lane, fakes, spins, turns. Her shot blocked, no foul. Burns is back. Oh, Nash got away with a double dribble, and the Eagles score as Addie Ruffin, the other senior on this ball club, scores for the Eagles. Cardinals get it up the floor, 2-on-1 break. Maxwell by herself puts it up and in. It's 14-10 Eagles. 2 minutes left here in the first. Cardinals just need to hang in this quarter, try to close the rest of this gap. Inside they go, and another easy layup for Brooke Teeter. If they can shut down that inside play, Cardinals will have a chance in this ball game. Long to bring it up the floor now as the Eagles back out of the press. There's Whitley Keith for three. It's good! 16-13, the Cardinals down by just 3. A minute 30 left here in the first.
That's the momentum they need right there. I mean, they're not up on the scoreboard. They're only down 3, but you hear the dome. They get rocking when the threes start piling in.
Ferguson inside. Now back out to Nash. And there's a three by Wood, in and out. And Kira Long saves it for the Cardinals. She looks up the floor, but will bring it up by herself. All the way down the lane, nobody on her. Left-hand layup, good. And a timeout called by the Eagles with 59 seconds left here in the first, and the Cardinals trail 16-15 back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
Back to the Cardinal Dome. It's been a game of runs here, first by the Eagles, but now the Cardinals have closed to within 1. And how have they done that, Dimitri?
They, like we said in the beginning, and that's what Will's keys was, they're capitalizing off of turnovers. And whether it's turnovers or steals or self-caused errors. They're also getting rebounds and they're taking it coast to coast, but more importantly, they're breaking that press. And they're starting to realize that once you throw it to the middle, it's a 3-on-2 or it's a 2-on-1, and you just got to keep rolling. You got to keep with the speed and the aggressiveness, but you got to play your game as well. And they've been able to slow it down in the half court and play the Lady Cardinal way.
Sponsors include Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Burpo Family Chiropractic, Arvest Wealth Management, Snodgrass Collision Center, Reeves Tire and Automotive, Papa John's Pizza of Webb City, Huhat Mongolian Grill, and Price Family Insurance and Financial Services. Eagles struggle to get it across and finally do. In the corner with it. Now bringing it to the middle. There's a three by Ruffin. Her shot off the mark. Rebound by Teeter. And fouled as she went back down the lane. Teeter's been aggressive inside. She's got 4 points in the early going here. At the free throw line for 2. First one is good. Some of our other sponsors include the Big Nickel, Price, the Prelude Maintenance Center, Madison Pet Clinic, Roderick Insurance Agency, and Baker Davis Roderick CPA. Second free throw, no good. 17-15 as Keith turned down a three, gives it to Addie Burns. 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Whitley Keith being guarded, now goes down the lane. Double teamed there. She's got to get it out to Burns and does. A lot of hands right now by the Eagles. Cardinals have to get used to that physicality you're talking about, Dimitri. Burns kicks it out to Long. She wanted to get down the lane, got the ball back, puts up a late shot, no good. And at the end of one, it's the Nixa Eagles 17, your Webb City Cardinals 15. Back with second quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back here in 30.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Huhat Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Huhat Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Huhat's mouth-watering signature sauces. Huhat Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at huhat.com.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome, Webb City High School. Cardinals kind of survive and advance it a little bit in that first quarter, you might say, because they were down by as many as 8 early on, climbed back and finished that quarter strong to close within 2, trail just 17-15, a good output for a first quarter of action.
Oh yeah, it's great output by both teams more than anything. It's that gritty, it's that physical COC effort and play that we were talking about. It doesn't matter if you can light up the scoreboard. It's going to be a matter if you can wear someone down, and that's what both the Lady Eagles and the Lady Cardinals are doing best is they're rebounding. As we've seen Teeter come from all the way from the three-point line and rebound on the backside, and we've seen the Lady Cardinals been able to match that physicality, but now it's going to be a matter of can you keep all 5 starters in and match the physicality without fouling.
Abby Sargent with 2 fouls for the Cardinals, the only starter with 2. On the curls, Burns, and her shot blocked once again. And I know Coach Barrett talked to Burns about her shot fake and how to get around that height. We'll see what she adjusts to as Teeter continues to guard her. Inbounds play, no call there. Cardinal fans wanted something. Oh, Whitley Keith lost her dribble, gets it back to Jenna Schultz. Gets it out to Sargent. Now to Kira Long. Tough man-to-man defense right now by the Cardinals. They got to use some screens to free each other up.
Absolutely, but you got to be able to use that aggressiveness against each other. It's no different than running around in football. If someone's all on me, I got to be able to make a head fake, make a move, and Lady Cardinals be able to pick up a foul using the physicality, but you got to be able to use off-ball screens and rub shoulder to shoulder, but as well, you got to be able to use your pivot foot as the passer. You can't waste that first dribble.
So here come Ferguson and Young back in for the Lady Eagles. They get it into Sargent, and a quick foul there on Ferguson. She's one of the ones that you can tell she's got quick hands, but you can also use that aggressiveness against her. as she picks up her second foul. Burns on the handoff. Now Sargent has it back. Looking for a screen to free Whitley Keith for three, but they ran around it. Get it back to Keith now. One-on-one play here to Schultz. Back to Whitley Keith. She's telling him, let's rerun the play here. Schultz now looking up top. Gets it to Kira Long. Trying to run some backdoor stuff. Schultz, not a three-point threat, but she's got to become a screener if not, and then she gets fouled. That's a break for the Cardinals.
One of the biggest things, Scott, when you're going against a physical team like the Lady Eagles is if I'm going to set my screens and they're just running around them, as a screener, you got to be able to have that ball IQ and just be able to peel off of it. If they're not going to use my screener, they're going to go up and double the shooter, whether it's Keith or Sargent. You just got to peel back to the ball, catching the high post and go
behind
score.
The back by Sargent there. Yeah, we call it refuse the screen sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes you take the screen and sometimes you just peel back away from it. As Sargent looking to throw it in, has trouble getting it in. Got to get it to Burns and does. She'll dribble out to the left wing. Wants to take it downhill, has it stolen. And here comes Teeter the other way. Stolen late and knocked out of bounds. What a recovery by Abby Sargent that time.
Absolutely, and I think it was just better that the ball landed out of bounds because there was 2 Lady Eagles and no Lady Cardinals in the front court.
Eagles will throw it in. Long pass. Now they get it to Nash. Cross court to Teeter. And then losing the ball on the floor is Jenna Schultz, the senior. And it's going to go back to the Eagles on the alternate possession here. Eagles look to get it in bounds. There's a three. It's good. As Kennedy Nash knocks it down, 20-15, the Cardinals trail. As Sargent brings it across, and Cardinals need to get a shot up on this possession. There's a shot by Keith. It's good. Three-pointer by Whitley Keith, her second of the night, but here come the Eagles the other way. Got to be ready to guard. Shot up, no good. And the Eagles put it right back up. If the Eagles had their way, they might shoot a few threes. They take those layups all day because you can see that's what they're looking for is that 2-on-1 break or that curl that gets them a layup. 20-18 to Cardinals trail. As Brooke Teeter knocks down a free throw. Here comes Adeline Maxwell back in for the Cardinals to give them some added height. And second free throw good. Cardinals trail 22-18. Eagles have backed out of that full court pressure look and content with their half court man-to-man right now. There goes Abby Sargent. She lost her foot. Again, she took the bump from the Eagles player, and that's what knocked her down. No foul called, and when she fell to the ground, they said she walked with it.
What the Lady Eagles are doing best, though, is they're controlling the pace. I mean, they're showing 3-4 different looks in the full and half court, and it's really speeding up or really slowing down to what the Lady Eagles are trying to do defensively.
Taylor Wood gets it to Ruffin. Her shot no good, gets her own rebound. Out to Young. Now Wood with it down the lane. And puts it up over Maxwell that time. Well defended. Just a lucky shot that time. 24-18, the Eagles lead. On the curl is Kira Long. Goes inside, puts it up. Her shot no good. And the Eagles save it in bounds. Here comes Teeter. Gets it across. Now to Wood inside. Her shot blocked by Burns or Maxwell, but one of them going to get called for a foul. Tell you about some of our other sponsors. Missouri Southern State University, Webb City Booster Club, Dairy Queen of Webb City, Express RX in Webb City, Body and Soul Transformation, Nick Meyer CPA and Crowder College. A timeout on the floor. We'll take it with you Back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
The Cardinal Dome tonight, first of a doubleheader here tonight as the Lady Eagles of Nixa lead at 24-18 with 4:41 left here in the second quarter. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. Luke Taylor back at our studios. First free throw by Taylor Wood is good. And second good as well, and they've extended it out to a 26-18 lead. A lone 3 by the Cardinals' Whitley Keith so far in this quarter. And they're getting trapped in the corner. Throws it across to Addie Burns. She fights through contact and puts up the shot, no good. Here comes Ruffin the other way for the Eagles. Throws it across, they get it in the lane, and Kennedy Nash with 2 more. She's got 7. Abby Sargent bringing it up the floor. Gets it to Whitley Keith. Her shot blocked by Taylor Wood. Got to have a pump fake there. 28-18, the Cardinals trail now. Eagles playing at their pace, and it's fast. There's another shot from the elbow, and a timeout called by the Cardinals. We'll take it with you as they trail at 30-18 here with 3:47 left in the second quarter. Back here in 1 minute, you're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. Cardinals trail the Nixa Eagles 30-18 with 3:43 left here in the second quarter. Coach Barrett for the Cardinals trying to draw up some offense for these Cardinals. So far it's been tough to score in this quarter. And Maxwell lost her dribble. And they call her for a walk. That's one idea you'd love to see executed, is just pound it inside to the taller Maxwell. Here comes Ruffin down the lane. Cross court they go. And dribble drive back to Ruffin. And Young puts it up and misses, and it goes out of bounds back to the Cardinals. Kara Long back in the ball game for the Cardinals. It's been tough for the Cardinals to get an outside shot because of this man defense. They tried to go inside as well. There's a shot inside by Sargent. No good. Here comes the Eagles the other way. Pass to Ruffin. Her shot no good. But the Eagles got the rebound. And they're going to say it went off a Webb City player. It rolled all the way down the court to the Cardinals' end of things, and the Eagles player let it go out of bounds. I don't know if she knew it was off a Cardinal or not, but it goes back to the Eagles. Cardinals back in that 1-2-2 press. See if they can create some transition out. There goes Ruffin down the lane, kicks it out to Nash. She's got a 3, and she's got 10 points. Nash off the bench, showing her senior experience. Inside, Maxwell scores and breaks the drought for the Cardinals. They trail it 33-20. Trailed 17-15 at the end of the first quarter, but Eagles have been on a run to start the second. Long, oh boy, just twisted her ankle or her knee just as she was coming down the lane, and she is in some pain. And we'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout here. Come back with more Cardinal basketball after this. You're listening to Cardinal basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. Kara Long helped off the court and replaced by Kinsey Horn right now. There's Burns with a shot from the elbow. It's good. 34-22. Under 2 minutes left here in the first half as the Eagles nearly lost it in the backcourt. Cardinals just going to have to turn up the defense a little bit. There's an inside pass, though, once again, as Teeter scores. She's got 11 to lead the Eagles. Abby Sargent with the basketball. Goes down the lane, waiting for a cutter. And Whitley Keith. You can't be off balance. After you make that dribble drive, you can't be off balance when you spin to make the next pass. You got to be able to hold your feet and spin properly. Now Schultz back in for Maxwell. Cardinals get back in their full court pressure look. 36-22, the Eagles lead. Ruffin with it, top of the key for 3. It's good. 39-22, and the Eagles have exploded in this second quarter. There's Horn for 3. She answers. 39-25. She's a very capable three-point shooter. You need her points right now. Marsh in there, gets it inside to Taylor Wood. Lets Burns go by with a fake and scores. 41-25, 40 seconds left here in the first half.
The Lady Eagles, Scott, they're just wearing on them. I mean, you can tell it's taking a toll on the Lady Cardinals, and they just look tired. But now they got a couple fresh bodies out there, and they got Horn going with the 3, so they got to use some of this motivation and some of this home crowd to go into the half.
Horn with the basketball. On the curl is Whitley Keith. Puts it up. Her shot no good. And Marsh with the rebound for the Eagles. Gets it to Ruffin. Knocked away by Whitley Keith with 15 seconds left here in the first half. A cold second quarter for the Cardinals and an explosive second quarter for the Eagles. 8 seconds. Ruffin dribbles. Whitley Keith guarding. Down the lane. And putting up a shot late. Marsh with the rebound and fouled. As Teeter overshot it. Marsh was on the backside, and that seems to be their very common rebounding setup for this Eagles team. No matter who's coming down the lane, they'll have somebody on the backside of the play.
That's just a testament to how well their coaching has been and how well they're drilling it, especially over a Christmas break when you're not in school.
Marsh's second free throw is good. 42-25, 1 second left. Burns won't get a shot off. And we'll go to halftime with the Cardinals trailing the Nixa Eagles 42-25. We'll take a 3-minute timeout here. Back with second half action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Proud to support the Cardinals and serve the Webb City and surrounding areas is Madison Pet Clinic. Located at 1631 South Madison in Webb City, they specialize in pet surgery, wellness exams, and vaccinations. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5:30 and Saturday 8 to noon. Madison Pet Clinic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. 673-2455 or online at madisonpetclinic.com. Go Cardinals!
Webb City Sports is sponsored by Nick Myers, certified public accountant, located in Webb City at 2nd and Main, next door to City Hall, offering tax preparation and planning for personal and business taxes. Plus, they offer bookkeeping services and QuickBooks setup and training services. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nick Myers CPA at 2nd and Main in Webb City, with offices also in Joplin and Anderson. More information online at nickmyerscpa.com or 417-673-4200.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic, once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
And we welcome you back to Webb City High School. We're at the Cardinal Dome as the Cardinals trail at halftime 42-25 to the Nixa Eagles. And Dimitri, it was a game of runs in that first quarter, but in the second quarter, the Nixa Eagles really showed their firepower and went on some big explosive run there to take this 17-point lead.
Yes, sir, and as we have the live stats right here, I mean, the rebound totals, that's the biggest thing that stands out. I mean, the Lady Eagles have 17 and the Lady Cardinals have 7, so that's the biggest testament, and 6 of them are offensive rebounds. And so if you're getting your second chance shots, and they played that zone and they exploited it with the corner 3, and the Lady Cardinals got lucky in the first quarter that they weren't hitting as much, but that second quarter they really turned it up on them, and it's showing right now at that big lead.
Late in that first quarter, the Cardinals began to figure out the press the Eagles had. They came back in the second quarter with no press, but a very stringent man-to-man defense. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Cardinals can make here at halftime. Everyone concerned right now about the injury to Kiera Long and hoping for the best for her. We'll take another 3-minute timeout here Back with more of our halftime show brought to you by Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Body and Soul Transformation, located at 1703 Falcon Suite C in Webb City, is a 10,000 square foot, 24-hour fitness center and specialized personal training facility. They offer a variety of group fitness classes. They now accept silver sneakers and have classes for seniors. They also hold kids and youth events. They have something to offer everyone in the family and even have a kids zone for busy parents. Body and Soul Transformation in Webb City, 417-553-0757 or online at bodysoultransformation.com.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Huhat Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Huhat Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Huhat's mouth-watering signature sauces. Huhat Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at huhat.com.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's
helpful. Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
Getting to heaven isn't just about putting enough good on one side of the scale to balance the bad on the other. It's about fulfilling a death penalty, the one we deserve for our rebellion against God. None of the great moralities or great religions can pay the death penalty for our sin. Only Jesus Christ's death on the cross can do that. You have to look to Him as the only one who can save you. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM. That's 888-NEED-HIM.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here in Webb City. The Lady Cardinals trail the Nixa Eagles 25-42. Some first half statistics for both teams. One of the big things that we were talking about was the rebounds on both sides. The Nixa Eagles with 17, Webb City with only 7. And as of course that was a big talking point during our pregame for our keys to winning. You have to make sure you get those boards, but Nixa a really good job.
Absolutely, they're doing a good job, but the biggest thing is it's one of those things when you come back from break, Will, it says there's no balls out there at practice, maybe 1 or 2, but you're working on straight fundamentals. You're working on running, you're working on cardio, you're working on boxing out. You got to do all the little things right, and that's what the Lady Eagles are doing right now, but not to say the Lady Cardinals aren't doing the right things and the little things right. It's just the Lady Eagles just wanted more, and as we said, like Scott said, they got 6 seniors, so they ain't got nothing to lose. There's no fear out there, and they're playing and it's one of those things where if you're playing physical and you're not worried about a foul or you're not worried about a steal.
And I've got head coach Grant Barrett. Coach, a good first quarter for you guys. They got out of their press, but you needed something to solve that man-to-man. What'd you talk about at halftime?
We talked a lot about just being tougher with the ball. I feel like in half court that they got to dictate our path and where we got to try and cut and drive the basketball. And I just felt like we talked about being strong with it and tough with it and not getting pushed off our line on our drives. And when we get an opportunity to score the ball, take advantage, don't jump away. The officials showed that they're going to call fouls. Sometimes, though, when you let things snowball like that, it went from a 5 and 6, and they scored like 6 or 8 real quick on us. And then we took a few bad shots, and it is on where it is right now. So we got to come back and battle and get some stops and some scores and take it a possession at a time.
Good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And we'll keep it right here, guys, as the Cardinals look to make some second half adjustments and see if they can stymie this Eagles offense a little bit. Dimitri, what are the keys for the Cardinals as they go into this second half as you see it?
The keys remain the same, and I'll give one and Will give one, but mine will be rebounding. The keys don't change. I mean, rebound's the biggest thing, and it goes into rebounding. Rebounding is also improves his boxing out as well and being in the right spot, and I'll throw it to Will for another key for the second half.
Well, I think for the second half, we've got to be really aggressive whenever we've got the ball, especially going in for shots. I've seen a couple where, girls are just standing straight up or jumping straight up. Go ahead, jump out. Go get that contact.
Abby Sargent with the basketball, kicks it out to Addie Burns. She'll go down the lane. Now to Sinclair. Back to Sargent. Down the lane she goes. Kicks it out to Burns. She gets in the lane. Jump stop. Shot up. And it was partially blocked. It'll go back to the Cardinals. Cardinals with a baseline out of bounds play here. Caitlin Sinclair getting the start along with Schultz. Whitley Keith gets the basketball back to Sargent. Now Schultz. Addie Burns has the basketball. She has 4 points. There's a three by Whitley Keith. No good. And Schultz tried to save it in. It'll go over to the Eagles. Ferguson with the basketball. Brings it across for the Eagles, guarded by Sargent, who's carrying 3 fouls right now. Taylor Wood. Now down the lane comes Teeter. Back to Ferguson. Inside they go to Kubik. Her shot up and in. She was fouled. Good ball movement that time by the Eagles. We'll tell you that Pam Drake of Roderick Insurance Agency is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. Roderick Insurance Agency has served the area since 1945. Located at 108 North Main Street in Webb City, offering insurance plans for auto, home, business, and more. A variety of companies. For more information, call 673-1242 at Roderick. Online at RoderickInsuranceAgency.com. There's a three by Young, and it's good. And the lead at 47-25 for the Cardinals. Cardinals got to think about eating the elephant one bite at a time right now. Just trying to get up some quality shots.
Like you said, Scott, I mean, there's not a shot in basketball that's worth 18 points. I mean, you just got to chip away with 2s and 3s and maybe a couple free throws here and there as well.
Cardinals get the tie up as Burns falls to the floor. And we talked about the senior-laden Eagles team. We saw it with a couple of their subs off the bench. Ruffin and Nash contributing in that first half as well. Wood dribbles down the lane against Sinclair, knocked out of bounds, and a foul called. And we'll see who they get on it. That's Burns with the foul, second team foul on the Cardinals. Ferguson to throw it in. Burns saw it down the baseline as they tried to get it to Young one more time for an open three. Ferguson with Sinclair in front of her guarding the inbounds. They get it in and stolen. The Cardinals picked up by Whitley Keith. Back to Sargent, now to Sinclair. Down the lane she goes, and she was fouled by Teeter.
Looks like she may have hit like the front of her head on the court.
Yeah, that was a painful fall, so they'll send in Kenzie Horn for the Cardinals. Kara Long is back on the bench for the Cardinals. That knee being iced up in the air. There's Schultz on a turnaround, no good. And rebound by Teeter, pushing it up the floor quickly. There's Young for three. Her shot no good. Sargent looking ahead to Schultz. Outside to Whitley Keith for three. It's good. That's what it's got to be, just some confident shooting. Cardinals got to get back, though. Young up the floor for two. 49-28, the Cardinals trail. 5:28 left here in the third. Sargent puts up a runner, no good. And it's 3-on-2. Here come the Eagles the other way. And there is no hesitation. A timeout called by the Cardinals. We'll take it with you back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO Webb City Cardinal Sports Network. Let's make it a full minute.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half-priced, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
She's got to be in a lot of pain.
All right, you all can have it back.
And we welcome you back to the Cardinal Dome as Craig Jennings, the Cardinals trainer, checking on Kira Long, who continues to watch from the Cardinal bench. Hate to see that injury to a senior or anybody. Sargent with the basketball, looking for a cutter. Gets it to Adeline Maxwell. In the corner to Horn now. Trying to post up is Burns, but they're playing a nice three-quarter on her. There's Sargent with the basketball. Now Horn looking to drive. She'll get inside, puts it up with the left hand, and blocked, but almost like she tried to catch it going back out of bounds. It goes back to the Eagles.
And Scott, that's Kubik's fourth block tonight. I mean, she's just having an absolute block party, as they say, and then she's in the right position, and she's also been able to guard Maxwell really effectively.
They get it outside to Young for three. No good. Box out by Burns, effective, and she gets the rebound. Here comes Whitley Keith with the basketball. Running ahead is Maxwell. Has it in the lane, spins, turns, no good. Fights Kubik for the rebound. A tie-up will go back to the Cardinals, so good battle that time by Maxwell.
Absolutely, and I mean, the post move was great, and that time she was able to get the dribble off, got a little spin, but next time we want to see those go high off the glass and in the basket.
There's Horn on a cut and just missed the left-handed layup that time on the inbounds, but a good attempt there. They get it inside quickly on a nifty pass from Ferguson to Taylor Wood for two. It's 53-28. Cardinals had a 15-point first quarter, just a 10-point second quarter. Just three so far midway through this third quarter. That the three by Whitley Keith, and Eagles are going to bring in some subs with a big lead here. But it's still a bunch of experienced players. Knocked away from behind as Kubik knocked it out of Burns' hands. Abby Sargent will throw it back in.
It's got to be an effective under the baseline play right here. I mean, Keith's got the high hand. Burns is looking confident, so is Sargent. I mean, you got to get a shot for one of these three girls.
Horn dribbles into the lane, kicks it out to Burns. She'll dribble, stops, pops off the mark, and they're going to say knocked out of bounds by one of the Cardinals, and back to the Eagles it goes as Addie Ruffin throws it in. Ferguson back to Ruffin. Now Ferguson down the left side. Tried to get it to one of the teammates, but stolen that time by Schultz. And here comes Whitley Keith with the basketball. And a late pass picked up by Sargent. And a very physical game inside. And a foul called as they get the ball to Schultz. Baseline out of bounds for the Cardinals. Sargent looking for a cutter. Gets it to Horn, knocked out of bounds by Marsh. As the Cardinal Nation starting to pile in here. Good student section starting to show up here. Schultz with the basketball, hands it off to Sargent. Wants to get down the lane. Kubik stops her. She tries to go under. Kicks it back out to Sinclair. And nearly stolen and off of Kubik's fingertips that time. It goes right back to the Cardinals on a sideline out of bounds.
That was a great effort from the Lady Eagles by Kubik. I mean, she guarded 1 through 5, and she was able to pick up almost a turnover for the Lady Eagles to expand their lead.
There's Schultz, top of the key, gets it to Sargent. Now Sinclair. There's Schultz. She's got to be a threat as well. She turns, spins, shoots, and scores. 53-30, the Cardinals trail. 2:31 left here in the third. Ruffin with the basketball. Gets it to Nash. Shot is good. Nash with 13. She's not even a starter. Sargent back to Schultz for another 2 from the baseline. Shot was partially blocked. Ruffin with the rebound. Here comes Ferguson with it now. Into the lane she goes. Rebounded by Ruffin off the miss to Marsh. Up top they go to Nash. Now back to Marsh, nearly stolen by Sargent. Oh, Nash with a high dribble, got away with it there. Ruffin with the basketball. Cardinals chasing everybody right now, trying to get a turnover. Eagles being patient on the offensive end for a change. They swing it across. Nash for 3. In and out. Rebound by Kubik. And they're going to call a jump ball. It'll go back to the Eagles as Taylor Wood and Brooke Teeter check in for the Eagles, replacing Ferguson and Gwen Kubik.
Lady Cardinals had to take advantage of this now. I mean, Kubik's eventually get tired, but she needs a break, so they got to be able to
There's
make this
a
transition.
steal. Here comes Sargent all the way down the lane, puts it up with the left hand and in. Cardinals won't stop fighting. That's one thing we know about this group. They will not turn down the challenge. 56-32, they trail with 1:06 left here in the third. Ruffin with it on the left wing. She wants a 3. It's off the mark, and Schultz with the rebound. Gets it to Whitley Keith. Up the floor to Sargent. Just got to keep this floor a little more open, not allow the double teams. There's a jump ball again as Marsh and Schultz end up on the floor. It'll go back to the Cardinals.
Scott, the Cardinals right here, they need a quick and they need an effective play, but they can't afford a turnover. They can't afford a miss as well. I mean, it's only 44 seconds left in the third quarter. They got to get it in and get something going.
Burns with the basketball, top of the key. Dribbles down the lane. Gets it to Whitley Keith for 3. It's good. Whitley Keith with her fourth 3 of the night. She's got 12 to lead the Cardinals, 56-35. The Cardinals trail, and Sinclair sacrificing her body that time commits the foul. Just the third team foul on the Cardinals, and a timeout called by the Eagles. We'll take it with you. The Cardinals trail 56-35 with 23 seconds left here in the third. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KDO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back here in 30.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School as Eagles lead your Webb City Cardinals 56-35. Inbounds play. Thrown away by Ruffin. Stolen by Whitley Keith. Didn't see Sargent early. Now does. And she'll put up a layup. Partially blocked by Ruffin. Just a bad turn of events there. Sargent probably didn't see her coming from behind. Whitley Keith a little late with a pass. And that's got to be a walk. And it is. And now Taylor Wood throws the basketball at Schultz, and nobody happy about this. Taylor Wood wasn't happy that Schultz stood her ground, and referees kind of letting him go right now. No extra call there.
Only got 4 on the court.
That's the end of the third quarter. The Cardinals trail at 56-35. Back here with fourth quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic, once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Back to Webb City High School. We're at the Cardinal Dome. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick as the Cardinals trail 56-35 as we head to the fourth quarter. The Cardinals still showing a lot of fight, and we'll see what ensues here in the fourth quarter.
Hopefully that's the fight they need. I mean, sometimes when you're upperclassmen, Lady Eagles 3 goes in again. Hopefully, as an underclassman, you see a senior like Schultz step up for you. I mean, that kind of motivates you, and it's nice to see that someone has your back, and you're going to play with a lot more fight now as Keith goes into the paint and draws a foul.
Celia Young with the 3 for the Eagles. She's got 13, and 3 of those are threes tonight. A nice hesitation by Whitley Keith that time, creating a foul on Kubik, her third. Our free throw no good. I'll tell you about some more of our sponsors, including Snodgrass Collision Center. Is honored to serve the area and support our local schools located at 1604 East 4th Street in Joplin, specializing in complete body repair and frame repair, four-wheel alignment, and paintless dent repair. Snodgrass Collision Center, 781-7774. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals in tonight's game.
Right there, Scott. I mean, the Lady Cardinals got beat on the press, and Celia Young hit another wide open left wing 3. I mean, it was nothing but net.
There's Burns down the lane. She was fouled. She'll go to the free throw line for 2. We'll tell you that proudly supporting the Cardinals is Baker Davis Roderick CPAs. BDR provides payroll, bookkeeping, and bill payment services for churches and small businesses. Baker Davis Roderick is located at 920 East 15th Street in Joplin. For more information, call 782-0829 or online www.bdrcpas.com. Second free throw by Burns, just off the mark. Rebound by Brooke Teeter. Up the floor to Taylor Wood. And fouled there by Sinclair. First team foul on the Cardinals in the quarter. Ferguson to throw it in on the baseline out of bounds. 62-37, the Cardinals trail it. And Ferguson gets it in, now thrown back court. That should be a backcourt violation, it is. Proudly supporting the Webb City Cardinal Athletics is Webb City Florist and Greenhouse. They offer flower bouquets for all occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, and funerals. Find out more about Webb City Florist and Greenhouse at 673-3780. Keith to Burns. Back to Whitley Keith. Little screen there. Kicks it out to Sargent on the curl. Dips inside and fouled by Brooke Teeter. And that's what you got to do. You got to keep taking it to him and create the angles to either make the shot or get fouled. You can download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone app at kneo.org. The KNEO iPhone and Android phone apps are sponsored by the Webb City Booster Club. Second free throw, no good, 62-38. Cardinals trail it with 6:40 left here in the fourth. Wood with the basketball. Back to Celia Young. Back out to Taylor Wood, guarded by Sinclair. Now to Young. She'll dribble and swing it across. And Teeter for three, no good. And goes off the backboard and out of bounds. Brecklin Sargent going to check in for the Cardinals, replacing Sinclair. The experience from this game will pay off for the Cardinals in the future, although you hate to have to go through it sometimes. There's Sargent, tried to bounce pass in the lane, went off a couple of shoe tops, and Kubik picked it up for the Eagles. Here comes Taylor Wood with it. Now to Ferguson, now to Teeter, and back to Wood. Celia Young, cross court to Teeter. Dribbles left side, guarded by Whitley Keith. Outside to Taylor Wood, gets down the lane. Shot up and in. Wood with 11 points now. 4 players in double figures for the Eagles. Brecklin Sargent behind the back. And a timeout called by the Cardinals. We'll take it with you. It's a full timeout, so back here in 1 minute. The Cardinals trail at 64-38. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's
helpful. Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. Arvest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
Welcome back to Webb City High School. We're at the Cardinal Dome tonight for the first of a doubleheader action here between your Webb City Cardinals and the Nixa Eagles. Lady Cardinals trail at 64-38 with 5:30 left here in the fourth. Eddie Burns with the basketball. Down the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Taylor Wood for the Eagles. Pushes it up the floor to Teeter. Now to Ferguson. Back to Teeter. Cardinals switch it. There comes Taylor Wood down the lane. There's Ferguson for a two-pointer just inside the line. 66-38. Cardinals trail. There's Abby Sargent for three. Off the back iron, and we'll see a tie-up between Ferguson and Brecklin Sargent. And we'll see Chasney Brown in for the Cardinals. She had a nice game in the junior varsity action. The Cardinals won by 2 tonight. Inbounds goes to Burns. She puts up the shot. And right there once again was Kubik, but called for the foul this time. And I think going back over the film of this game is really going to help some of these players, just seeing how they attack the taller player.
Absolutely, but it's mainly for the younger players as well. I mean, some of these older players and some of these older girls have got this experience. As the first free throw goes down, they've got the experience, they've got the film study, and now it's time to pass it on to players like Brown and players like Sinclair as well, who don't have some of this varsity experience, but you just got to grow. And like you said, no one wants to take a win like this, especially a conference win. Second free throw goes down, but you just got to learn from it. You got to grow from it, and you're back at it in a couple days here at home as well.
Cardinals show their press out of the made free throw, 66-40. They trail. There's another 3 attempt by Young. No good. Rebound by Kubik in the middle. Here comes Taylor Wood with it. Top of the key, guarded by Sargent. Bounce pass over to Young. Knocked from behind, and Sargent called for the reach around. And is that going to be her 5th or just her 4th, I guess? As the Eagles will bring in some substitutions. Addie Ruffin in the ball game now, along with Nash, who's got 13. Brings it down the lane, gives it off to Young. Out to Ruffin for 3. It's good. And Ruffin now with 8 points. 69-40, the Cardinals trail. Sargent down the lane. Cut off there by Teeter. Gets it back out to Brown. Brown looking for a cutter. Gets it to Brecklin Sargent. Puts up a left-handed shot. No good. Rebound in the lane. And a foul called. And that is the 5th personal foul on Abby Sargent. She'll foul out with 3:53. She's had a tough go of it. Picked up 2 early fouls, but you love the hustle of the sophomore Sargent. Continues to grow as you move along in this season. And the Cardinals get a steal. Coming back up the floor with it now will be Whitley Keith as the Eagles threw it away. There's Burns for 3. No good. Rebound by Kennedy Nash. Gets it to Ruffin. In the corner, they'll go to Young. Back up top to Nash. Now to Marsh. Down the baseline she goes and throws it wide. Gets it to Young. Now back to Marsh. Burns closed on the 3 that time. They swing it to Young for a 3. Shot no good. Chasney Brown boxing out, fighting for the rebound on the floor. And it'll go back to the Eagles. And Coach Talbert going to send her final 2 subs into the evening. McLean and Phillips, who we saw in that junior varsity game, lead the way, and she promptly comes in, knocks down a 3.
I mean, Scott, I'm sure she's probably warm. She had, 28, 30 points in that JV game, and she was just shooting effectively as Keith puts up a 3 and rolls in and out. But
rebound by Brown. Her shot no good, but fouled from behind by McLean. She'll go to the free throw line here. Clock is running, 72-40. The Cardinals trail, and a lot of teaching element can go on during this kind of a game, but also post-game as you talk about it and see some of this on film. You always knew this was going to be a tough matchup for the Cardinals with the experience the Eagles brought to bear. Missing the free throw, Chasney Brown. Marsh picked it up for the Eagles. Here comes Ruffin with it across the midcourt. Phillips gave it up, and a 3 no good by Nash that time. Who wants the loose ball? Here comes Sargent with it for the Cardinals. Down the lane she goes, and she's fouled. Minute 41. The clock will keep running. That's going to send Sargent to the free throw line. And Coach Barrett going to get a couple more youngsters in to finish out this ball game. Get Packard in there, along with Kylie Sargent as well. Second free throw is good. 72-43, our score. Ruffin brings it up, guarded by Brecklin Sargent. Now over to Phillips. Now to Marsh and back to Phillips. Eagles trying to just stall this one out. Ruffin guarded on the baseline. They throw it cross court. Back to Marsh, and now back out to Phillips. Eagles will be content to dribble this one out unless the Cardinals commit a foul or get a steal. "15 seconds to go. Coming up after this, we'll have our post game and a visit with head coach Grant Barrett before the boys varsity action. Marsh with it, and that'll end the ball game. The Cardinals fall tonight 72-43 to the Nixa Lady Eagles. We'll come back with our post-game show brought to you by Price Family Insurance and Financial Services and Crowder College. Back here in 3 minutes, you're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
The Bible indicates that time is a mystery.
Billy Graham.
It is a paradox that while even a tiny child can tell us what time it is, not the profoundest philosopher can tell us what time itself is.
So, what should you be doing with the time you have?
Time has been given to you for the purpose of glorifying God in this life. Time has been given to you to have an encounter with the living God.
That encounter happens when you ask His Son, Jesus Christ, to forgive your sins.
And we welcome you back to Webb City High School here at the Cardinal Dome as the Cardinals fall tonight to the Lady Eagles of Nixa, 72-43. I'm joined in our post-game show, which is brought to you by Price Family Insurance and Financial Services and Crowder College. Head Coach Grant Barrett, you guys started off in pretty good fashion in that first quarter. They made a run, but you guys answered it early. If that would have continued throughout the game, might have been a little different story, but boy, they clamped you down a little bit. I thought defensively, and then the rebounding advantage they had, I thought throughout the game really maybe a big difference as well.
Oh, I think you're 100% right on that. Especially on the rebounding part. I'm a believer that on rebound is those that want the ball more, and size plays a difference in that. But I thought on those seconds and thirds that they wanted the ball more than our kids did, and sometimes they just took it from us. Like, we had our hands on it, but they ripped it out, and they're a storied program. Like, they've had a lot of success, and we haven't had a lot of success against them. So it was good to kind of see where our girls did compete and the areas that we have to get better at in order to be where we want to be in the future. But I thought they shot the ball well, and a bunch of that was on us too. Like we didn't get great rotations out. And when you're down 15, 18 and you lose a kid to an injury, like, we hung our heads some, and
right.
I'm not taking anything away from Nixa. Like, they're a really good team, but I think we're better in the product that we showed in the second half tonight.
Well, certainly it was, I'm sure, demoralizing for the girls to see Kara Long go down, one of their leading seniors who had an outstanding game last Friday. But it looked like they showed their physicality at times, which was the other thing I thought, that either you understand that foul's getting called or it's not getting called. And if it's not getting called, then you have to be just as aggressive on the other end at times.
Oh, exactly. Most of their attacks were going at the basket. I felt like we attacked it well, but I felt like we didn't finish at the rim. I felt like we finished going away in some fashion. And part of that is strength, and part of that is I had 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen on the floor at one point, and they're playing 5 seniors. So I love what we can do, but we've got to learn off these games, and it can't be a reoccurring thing. Like we got to use this as a teaching tool going forward. And Coach Stauffer and I will work with the guards on being stronger on our finishes and not getting pushed off our line. And but yeah, I mean, I feel that physicality was a big part of this game.
Well, you get a quick turnaround here as you'll travel to Waynesville on Thursday, a 7:15 contest there. So nothing better to rebond these girls a little bit, and a day of looking at film and practice and get you right back on the horse. Coach, we appreciate the visit here in the post game, and good luck next time out.
I appreciate it, and thank you for the coverage.
And we'll take a 3-minute timeout here, and then we'll go to our coaches show with Coach Jason Horn as we get set for the boys game, and our countdown to tip off for the Cardinals is going to be brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Hoo Hop Mongolian Grill. Back here in 3 minutes, you're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's Coaches Show. Scott Boudreau along with the head coach Jason Horn as Cardinal boys set to play the Nixa Eagles here on a Tuesday night, fresh off a victory last Friday against the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. Coach, but the COC comes to town here tonight. It's a different kind of game. And we welcome you back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School as the Cardinal boys get set to face the Nixa Eagles here in the second half of our doubleheader tonight. And no slouch, these Nixa Eagles, as usual. They're 9-1 on the year. Cardinals come in 4-2. Cardinals beat the Eagles for the first time in many years. The first time they played them in this dome in 2016. The last time they beat the Eagles was an overtime game in 2019 at Nixa. And this is also the first non-tournament game for this Nixa Eagle team. So it's going to be interesting, the style of ball they're playing in tournament games, as they had an outstanding showing in the Rogers, Arkansas tournament and then went down to Orlando, Florida. Not a terrible place to spend a few winter days, and spent some time at Universal Studios and won the KSA tournament down there as well. So Cardinals know that they're up against a talented group here tonight, and they're led by their 6'4" big man inside, Adam McKnight, Dimitri, and he's got some players around him as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As we were hyping up McKnight as well, I mean, just to co-part with them, Combs and the Flint brothers as well. And don't forget their speedy point guard, Foster. I mean, all around, I mean, they're 5 and then they're 6 man and 7 that come off the bench. I mean, they can run, they can play, they're physical, and more importantly, they can shoot and they can get to the basket at will. So overall, it's going to be a real tough challenge for the Cardinals, but I think they'll play right into their hand. I mean, the Cardinals also, they play fast, they play physical, but they got to do less of the gambling as we saw against Pittsburgh. But we'll see. I think they'll match up really well, and I think for first COC conference game of the year, I think it's going to be a hot start.
And our keys to winning tonight are sponsored by Missouri Southern State University. Qualifying first-time freshmen are eligible to receive $20,000 in scholarships automatically at Missouri Southern State University. Learn more at mssu.edu/Moso Merit and apply today. Dimitri, you got a couple keys for me tonight?
I got one key, and I'll give it to Will again. The first key today is they got to play under control. I mean, they can't get too into emotions, as we saw kind of in the JV and the Lady Cardinal game. They can't get too into emotions, and they got to slow it down a little bit. Once they get into the half court, they got to realize there's no shot clock in Missouri. There's no shot clock in their little league. So they got to slow it down, play their game, and they got to speed the Nixa Eagles up, and they got to get them off their game with that 1-2-2 trap they play in the full court. Will?
I got just one more thing to add on to it. I think for this Webb City Cardinals team, everybody's got to be able to get involved. You got to be able to score points from inside, outside, and from anywhere on the court.
And we're going to take a 2-minute break and pause for our national anthem. Back here in 2 minutes, you're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNDO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. with ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
And we welcome you back to Webb City High School here at the Cardinal Dome as the Nixa Eagles starters are being introduced. Their starting lineups are brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Webb City and Reeves Tire and Automotive. Here are the starters for the Eagles. A 6-foot senior, Bryce Foster. A 6-foot senior, Kelvin Flint. 6'1" junior, Randy Flint. A 6'3" senior, Jace Combs, a 6'4" sophomore, Adam McKnight. The head coach of the Eagles is Brock Blansett. He's assisted by Andrew Boyce, Jordan Scott, and Scott Miller. They're ball boys, Lincoln Boyce. Now the starting lineups for your Webb City Cardinals. A 6-foot junior, Trey Turner. 6-foot junior, Slade Hurd. A 6'3" junior, Dalton Riggs. A 6-foot senior, Holton Keith. And a 6-foot senior, Eli Pace. The head coach of the Cardinals is Jason Horn. He's assisted by Jacob Strigley, Mackenzie Sams, Alex Pickett, and Colton McKee. Their managers are Jasmine Sanchez-Travis, Hayden Johnson, Stella Collard, Daisy Pitsley, Emmy Bolger, Jaden Underwood, and Riley Thomas. Our athletic trainers, Craig Jennings. As Cardinal Nation has shown up in force, a good group has traveled over from Nixa as well to cheer on the Eagles. And this should be a great COC matchup here tonight. Cardinals off a victory last Friday over the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons, a dominant victory, 74-52. And they'll need some of that firepower here tonight against a very tough Eagles ball club. Our officials for tonight: Kirk Moore, Derek Price, and the man with the pumpkin right now set to toss it, Bobby Thiel. McKnight against Keith, and the Eagles control the tap. Cardinals show a 1-2-2 zone to start this ball game in the half court. That's Foster with it. He's trapped by Pace. In the corner they go to Randy Flint. Now cross court. Combs with it, shot up. No good, rebound McKnight, and they got a jump ball there or a foul. Whoa, Trey Turner tied up McKnight, who you knew would be on the boards, and that's where he lives. The last time Cardinals faced the Eagles here at home last year, McKnight had 20 free throws. Can't have that happen here tonight.
No, sir, and the way you do that is by boxing out. So if you're Riggs tonight, you got a really important job, and you got to play a really unselfish job as well. You got to box out. You got to take him out the game, and second free throw is no good, rebounded by Keith, but you got to be able to be physical. You got to be able to play without fouling, and that's his task tonight.
Sideline break for the Cardinals. Now Pace has it up top. Man-to-man defense by the Eagles early. Cardinals run a little ISO action here. They get Keith on the block, and they'll drag it back out to the corner. Drives baseline, wanted a shot, had it knocked out of his hands. As Randy Flint knocked it away. Now has it up top. Now for three is the aforementioned Bryce Foster. Knocks it down. Holton Keith down the lane. Riggs with the shot. No good. Great feed that time from Holton Keith. He drew the defense and stolen by Keith. Oh, he was grabbed from behind. Now powers his way through. They're letting him play. Trey Turner with the rebound. Out to Slade Hurd. Picks up his dribble and now finally gets it to Holton Keith, and they can run a little fist play here, a little dribble drive action. Kick it out to Hurd. Reach no good there, and Hurd turns, spins, puts it up, and off the mark. Rebound by McKnight. Here comes Randy Flint. Nearly threw it away, but Combs saved him. Inside to McKnight. Back out to Foster. Now to Combs for three. Shot no good. Picked up by Randy Flint. There's Foster for another three. No good. Pace got hit from behind as he went for the rebound, and Calvin Foster trapped, and then a reach foul on Holton Keith. They're finding out in a hurry that the Eagles are going to crash the boards.
Absolutely. I mean, on that time, unlike the Lady Eagles, I mean, they had about 3 of them or 4 of them crash the boards. All 5 of them are crashing the boards. I mean, Foster shot that shot. He ran to go get it. So if you're the men's varsity for the Cardinals right now, you got to box out everybody. You got to box out the shooter. You might as well box out the refs as well. Maybe even the coaches. I mean, everyone's going to go get those boards.
Feed inside to McKnight. His shot in the lane is good. Easy 2 that time for McKnight. 5-0 the lead for the Eagles. Down the lane goes Pace, puts it up with the left hand, and he was fouled going to the hoop. Let's see if they give him 2 shots here. And they're going to say it was on the floor. Kirk Moore reporting the foul, and it's baseline out of bounds for the Cardinals. You get it to Hurd, and a kick that time. The Eagles had scouted that well because Pace was coming to the elbow for his usual little turnaround there, and they couldn't stop the ball with anything but a foot.
But that's when the Cardinals are at their best. When Pace is able to play make and he's able to get to the basket, I mean, him and Keith complement each other well.
There's Holton Keith challenging McKnight, and he scores. He wanted a foul. 5-2, the Cardinals trail. There's Combs with it, trapped. They get it across to Foster, and inside feed to McKnight for 2 more. You've got to stay on the front side of his face for those bailout passes. 7-2, the Eagles lead it. Holton Keith down the lane. Kicks it out to Hurd for 3. His shot good. Got to have a little bit of that tonight. Slade Hurd scores.
Absolutely, and that's what Will said. I mean, everyone's got to be effective. It doesn't matter how many people play today. Someone's got to do their job, and it's the same thing we call it in football. I mean, you got to do your 111.
7-5. That time Riggs getting in front of McKnight, crossed his face just like we talked about to shut down that inside pass.
He just can't get too careful gambling, though, because if he's going to do that, the backside wing has to slide down and maybe take a charge or go box out, or someone's got to protect that corner from Foster shooting that 3.
Holden Johnson checks in for the Cardinals, and Eagles will send in Maddox Gibson. He has it, now gives it up to Randy Flint. Turning the baseline is Combs. There's McKnight at the elbow. His shot short-armed. Who wants the rebound? Picked up by the man who just came in, Gibson, for 2. 9-5, the Eagles lead. Sideline break for the Cardinals. Pace turns down the 3. Spins in the lane. Gives it to Hurd. He's on the left baseline. Now wants to get down the middle. Puts up the shot. Floater is good. I like to see a confident Slade Hurd. 9-7, 2-point lead for the Eagles.
I mean, a confident Slade Hurd means that it's man-to-man across the board. And if you're Keith and you're Pace, I mean, you got to be excited for that right there.
He's Very capable. There's Foster. Turns down the three, double teamed. And trying to bulldog his way out of there that time. Pace was trying to tie him up. I think he gets called for the foul there. Let's see if they, they awarded it to Eli. Now guarding Randy Flint. Foster back up top. Cardinals back in their 1-2-2 zone. Turner cuts off, and there's McKnight. They kick it out. Foster for three from the corner. It's good. His second three of the night. 12-7.
I like the adjustment by Coach Horn there, but as player-wise on the court, if you're in that 1-2-2, you got to be able to help the helper.
Kick out to Hurd for three. From the corner, no good. Good look he had, though. Eagles push it up quickly, and losing it out of bounds that time is Bryce Foster. And Lane Mellebarger checks in for the Eagles. Meltebarger is 6'3" senior. Pace inside to Holton Keith. Hook shot in the lane, no good. Got his own rebound. Turned to shoot and was fouled that time. Well, you love the extra effort because offensive rebounds sometimes are going to be some of the only second chances you get in an offensive possession. And Holton Keith at the free throw line. Mason Young checks in for the Cardinals. He'll replace Holden Johnson.
I mean, as he just said, Scott, for players like Young and Johnson and Riggs, I mean, players who didn't play a lot much this year but are stepping into a bigger little 10, 15, 20-minute role, I mean, they got to be able to do stuff like that. Offensive rebound, defensive rebound, box out, and try to go get those easy twos.
Holton Keith misses the second as well. 12-7, the Eagles lead it. 2:25 left here in the first quarter. Here comes Gibson down the lane for two. Just drove baseline and beat his player, and Coach Horn wants a timeout. We'll take it with you. Cardinals trail at 14-7 back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic, once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. Cardinals trail the Nixa Eagles 14-7 with 2:15 left here in the first quarter. A quick 30-second timeout by Coach Horn to make an adjustment after the Cardinals had failed. And there's a second three by Slade Hurd out of the timeout. He's got 8 of the 10 points for the Cardinals. 14-10, they trail it. Trying to go back door, and then finishing in the lane that time was Meltebarger. And a steal by the Eagles. Here comes Randy Flint the other way, cut off there by Pace. Cross court to his brother. And Kelvin Flint knocks it in on a floater that time and quickly back up to an 18-10 lead.
If you haven't noticed, Scott, I mean, all their points besides maybe 6 from Foster, they're all inside the arc and they're all inside the paint as well.
Hurd dribbles. Now gives it up to Holton Keith. Now to Trey Turner. They've got to solve this little 2-3 zone look. Kind of a matchup actually right now. And losing it in the paint was Turner. There goes Gibson, misses the layup. And nice job by Pace to tip the rebound to Holton Keith, and he was fouled in the open court, and that's a big break there.
Absolutely. I mean, he had Slade Hurd in the corner and then Johnson over there on the right wing. I mean, I mean, if you're the Eagles, I think you got away with the break. I mean, Hurd's got the hot hand as he gets subbed out for Riggs, but if he's wide open in the corner, I think if I'm Keith, I'm zipping it to him as quick as possible.
Slade Hurd with 8 of the 10 for the Cardinals. Somebody else needs to be a threat. They get it to Turner. He drives baseline, cut off there by 2 Eagle players. And that's what we're talking about, Dimitri. When they come with that double team, when you try to make the baseline drive, then whoever that man was guarding has got to dive to the basket for the pass.
Absolutely. They're just standing around too much. I mean, they're playing this little man deny. Someone's open. Someone's got to be open if they're double teaming, but the off-ball movement has to improve.
Trey Turner gets down the lane. His shot blocked. And here comes Foster with it for the Eagles. Gets it to Gibson. Back to Foster. Now to Kelvin Flint. Gibson has it again in that corner. Dribbles through a couple of Cardinals. Now back to Kelvin Flint. Inside they go to Malteberger. And his shot no good, but he got his own rebound. Put it up again, no good. And Turner comes down with it. Now Pace gets it across the timeline. 7 seconds, got to get a shot up. 5, 4, 3, and puts up a 3, in and out at the end of 1. It's the Nixa Eagles 18, Webb City Cardinals 10. Back here with second quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School. I'll tell you about some of our sponsors. They include Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Burpo Family Chiropractic, Arvest Wealth Management, Snodgrass Collision Center, Reeves Tire and Automotive, Papa John's Pizza of Webb City, Who Hot Mongolian Grill, Price Family Insurance and Financial Services, Big Nickel, Prolube Maintenance Center, Madison Pet Clinic, Roderick Insurance Agency, Baker Davis Roderick CPAs. Coach Horn and Coach Blancett both talking to their troops here as we get set to start the second quarter. 18-10 the lead for the Eagles. Biggest adjustment you want to make going into this second quarter?
I think it's got to be defensively. I mean, I think the idea of setting up the trap with the half court and maybe slide into a little bit of the full court with the 1-2-2 zone, but they got to be able to help the helper efficiently. They got to be able to take that unselfish role. They got to be able to run. They got to be able to put in that extra effort to maybe go box out maybe McKnight or someone else like that.
There's Riggs for 3, missed it, but Holton Keith with the rebound and puts it in. He's got 4. He and Hurd, the lone scorers for the Cardinals so far. Here come the Eagles the other way. Foster in the corner, cut off by Pace. Trapped by Mason Young now, and he walked with it. That is a fantastic trap by Pace, and a little shove after the play. But that got the student section fired up, and maybe a few Cardinal fans as well. This is what COC action is all about sometimes. You know your opponent well usually. There's Riggs, fakes it, blocked by McKnight. Pushes it up the floor to Gibson. He loses it out of bounds, saves it. Now top of the key. Shot no good by Kelvin Flint and picked up by Gibson. Back inside to go to Combs. Outside to Gibson for 3. His shot off the mark. Rebound Riggs.
Scott, I don't know if you caught that. I mean, they had 3 people blocking out McKnight right there.
Yeah, nice defense by the Cardinals. Here comes Flint the other way. They throw it away again and stolen by Young. Here comes Trey Turner with it. See if he wants to get downhill to the cup. Kicks it out to Riggs for 3. In and out. And a foul on the defensive boards as McKnight came down with it. Mason Young I don't mind if Mason Young eats a foul or two, especially fighting for a rebound. As Slade Hurd comes back into the ball game, he'll replace Riggs. Cardinals are in that 1-2-2 half-court trap now. Combs inside to McKnight. And Young got called for the push from behind on the catch that time. Foster to throw it in. Holden Johnson will replace Mason Young, who just picked up the second foul. Combs with the basketball. Outside to Kelvin Flint. On the left wing, Foster trying to drive baseline on Holden Johnson. Cross court to Gibson for three. No good. Rebound by Foster. Nifty pass inside to Gibson for two. 20-12, the Eagles lead it.
That was a really great all-around offensive possession for the Eagles.
Hurd with the basketball. On the curl is Turner. Turns, puts it up, and off the mark. Rebound Holden Johnson puts it up against McKnight. And that's what Coach Horn's asking him to do.
Absolutely. I mean, he ran from all the way from the E in the Webb all the way to the I in the Cardinals. I mean, and he got the offensive rebound against one of the best players in the COC, and he went up strong, and now he's going to try and knock down this lead to about 6 or 5 points.
Holden Johnson misses the first. I'll let you tell me what his season free throw shooting looks like, Dimitri. The second one is good. 20-13, the Cardinals lead it. Or excuse me, the Eagles lead the Cardinals. Gibson inside, they go to McKnight, and blocked but fouled as Turner late on the rotation that time. Once they turn that baseline, they're looking for that inside pass, and that's the one you got to cut off.
Absolutely.
Because it makes the second pass off that easy.
Yes, sir, and absolutely, you got to come from all the way from the wing, guard that, but everyone's out of position, and you got to be able to rotate. I mean, that's what you work on day one, and what you're looking for, Scott, is Holden Johnson. He's shot 7 for 10 so far, so he's a 70% free throw shooter. So
he's the guy you want at the line. And McKnight, who I mentioned shot 20 free throws last year, was hot, and tonight so far he's 2 for 4. He banked that one in. There's Slade Hurd for three. No good. On the backside rebound was Holden Keith. He puts it up and in. 21-15. The Cardinals cut the lead to 6.
One thing about Keith, Scott, is he's just like his sister. I mean, when they get the ball, they want to score. And if you can't stop them, I mean, you're going to have a tough night.
Foster in the corner to Combs for three from the left wing. No good. Holden Johnson trying to track it down. Foster came up with it. Gibson back to Combs. Now back to Gibson. Down the lane he goes. Kicks it out to Kelvin Flint. In the corner to Foster. Drives baseline. His shot no good. And off of the Eagles and back to the Cardinals. They challenged every shot on that possession, even though you don't like the extra shots the Eagles got.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're Coach Horn, I'm sure he's probably upset with no box out, but you got the ball back, you forced a turnover. But the biggest thing is, though, they got to cut off that baseline. They got to realize it's the same thing in any other sport. The out of bounds is another defender, so you got to be able to use that to your advantage and cut it off.
Riggs comes in for Holden Johnson. Starters back out there for the Cardinals. Pace down the lane. Goes up and under. Tough shot and makes it. His first two of the night. 21-17. The Eagles lead down to 4. 4:38 left here in the second quarter. Meltenberger to McKnight. Out to Flint. Kelvin Flint over to Foster. They're trying to outmatch the 1-2-2 zone. There's a three by Foster. No good. And back to the Cardinals as Combs knocked it out of bounds.
This is exactly what you wanted for Coach Horn. I mean, you're on a little 4-5-0 run. I mean, you got the momentum, you got the crowd piling in, as you always say, Scott, and now it's just time to capitalize, as Will always says, off a fast breaking transition.
Here comes Pace. Tough shot in the middle again, and it rattles in. Nobody tougher than Pace as a guard in the middle of this COC conference. It's 21-19, a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with you. Cardinals trail by 2. Back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Sports is sponsored by Nick Myers, certified public accountant, located in Webb City at 2nd and Main, next door to City Hall, offering tax preparation and planning for personal and business taxes. Plus, they offer bookkeeping services and QuickBooks setup and training services. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nick Myers CPA at 2nd and Main in Webb City, with offices also in Joplin and Anderson. More information online at nickmyerscpa.com or 417-673-4200.
And welcome you back to the Cardinal Dome. The Cardinals trail 21-19 on a little run here midway through the second quarter in their 1-2-2 half-court zone. There's Combs down the middle, got it to McKnight, and he finishes in the lane for an easy two, 23-19. The Eagles stop the run for now. There's Holton Keith, and a blocking foul on Kelvin Flint. We've seen that out of both these guards. They are not intimidated. We're talking about these two seniors for the Cardinals, Pace and Keith.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been doing it for the past 2-3 years. I mean, and even when they're freshmen, they saw players like Caden Turner and Vaden. They do the same thing. They got that bump fade, and it's been real money for them.
There's Pace with a left-hand shot. Couldn't get any leverage, and here comes McKnight with it. Up ahead to Kelvin Flint for two. Too easy of a break there. The Cardinals never got back in transition. Quickly the lead back up to 6, 25-19. Holton Keith to Trey Turner. Like to see him get on track. Inside he goes to Riggs. Oh, they call a travel on Riggs. That'll bring in Holden Johnson again. And Foster to bring it up the floor for the Eagles. Cardinals settle into their 1-2-2 half-court zone. Trying to guard the shooters. There's a three by Combs and a nice hustle by Turner to get the rebound. Up the floor to Johnson. Turned down a three, now shoots it. And no good. He was too far in the corner that time. And Trey Turner with a silly foul that time in the backcourt against Gibson. And that is the third personal on Trey Turner in this first half. And you don't mind the hustle play, but that time no need to foul in the backcourt. They'll bring in Mason Young and Riggs back in for the Cardinals.
And Turner's one of those players. He's so athletic and so just long. He can guard anyone in the CLC with his length and just staying in front of him. He can't pick up ticky-tacky fouls like that where he's gambling.
Cardinals trying to keep it out of McKnight's hand, but he curls into the middle. And he's patient as he crosses from the left side to the right side of that low post area, waiting for the gap to open against the 1-2-2 zone.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a physical player. He's going to go get it. He plays vertical. But one thing I like to see out of Riggs as a smaller big is you got to be able to take those charges. You got to really make him scared and force him to shoot a floater as the first free throw goes down. You got to force him into a floater or maybe even a fade. Maybe get him out of his game a little bit.
Free throw good by Adam McKnight. And the next one is short, but Gibson gets the rebound. Cardinals didn't box out. McKnight with 8 points in the first half. 26-19, the Eagles lead it. 2:25 left here in the first half. Foster has it on the right wing. Back up top to Combs. Cardinals still in that 3-2 look. There's a three by Gibson. His shot short. Rebound by Slade Hurd. He'll bring it up the floor and look for some teammates. Now stolen from behind by Combs. And now Pace nearly ripped it away, but the Eagles scored anyway. And a timeout called by the Cardinals. They trail at 28-19. We'll take it with you back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome. We'll tell you some of our other sponsors: Missouri Southern State University, Webb City Booster Club, Dairy Queen of Webb City, Express RX in Webb City, Body and Soul Transformation, Nick Myers CPA, and Crowder College. Cardinals trail 28-19, a minute 53 left here in the second quarter, and they need to play well in these last 2 minutes, try to cut into this lead going into half. There's Hurd on the drive. He missed the backside. He had Holton Keith. Now Young kicks it out to Hurd for three. It's good. He's got the hot hand tonight, and Hurd with 11 of the 22 for the Cardinals, 28-22.
But what's even better, Scott, is his off-ball movement. I mean, right there, he saw he was in trouble. He saw Johnson was in trouble, and Johnson came to a stop. He went strong, and he was able to see Hurd right in front of his face, and he was able to knock it down.
Gibson cross to Combs, now back out top to Foster. Cardinals will stay in that 1-2-2 zone, just trying to prevent the inside feed to McKnight right now. They don't mind maybe a bad three taken. They just don't want that layup by McKnight inside. Oh, cross-court pass that time to Combs. Late cutting it off that time. I think Young went a little too high on the rotation, or he'd have seen Combs coming. They fouled the lefty Combs, and we'll tell you that Pam Drake Roderick Insurance Agency is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. Roderick Insurance Agency has served the area since 1945, located at 108 North Main in Webb City, offering insurance plans including auto, home, business, and more from a variety of companies. For more information, call 673-1242 or online at rodrickinsuranceagency.com. Second free throw good, 30-22 the lead. A lob inside and stolen by Meltenberger. Ill-advised pass there. Comes Foster with it for the Eagles. They lead 30-22 with 40 seconds left. Let's see if Coach Blanchett wants to pull it out for a final shot. Directing traffic is Foster. To Gibson. Inside to McKnight in the corner. Let's see if Cardinals get out of this 1-2-2 with 15 seconds to go. May try to match up here late. There's Combs. Now Foster. He shoots a long three. No good. Picked up inside, and put back is good by Meltenberger at the buzzer. An ill-advised three turns into 2 points for the Eagles to close out this half. They lead at 32-22. Back with our halftime show after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back here in 3 minutes.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's student night at Who. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Who Hot Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at whohot.com.
Proud to support the Cardinals and serve the Webb City and surrounding areas is Madison Pet Clinic. Located at 1631 South Madison in Webb City, they specialize in pet surgery, wellness exams, and vaccinations. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5:30 and Saturday 8 to noon. Madison Pet Clinic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. 673-2455 or online at madisonpetclinic.com. Go Cardinals!
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
Body and Soul Transformation, located at 1703 Falcon Suite C in Webb City, is a 10,000 square foot, 24-hour fitness center and specialized personal training facility. They offer a variety of group fitness classes. They now accept silver sneakers and have classes for seniors. They also hold kids and youth events. They have something to offer everyone in the family and even have a kids zone for busy parents. Body and Soul Transformation in Webb City, 417-553-0757 or online at bodysoultransformation.com.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School. Nixa Eagles lead your Webb City Cardinals 32-22 at the half. Our halftime brought to you by Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Dimitri, we knew this would be a challenge. Nixa Eagles, a very good ball club, came in 9-1. Their first non-tournament type of game. COC action for the Cardinals for the first time as well, but what'd you like about that first half from the Cardinals, and what do they need to do better?
What I liked is offensively they didn't give up, and same with defensively as well, but I think that's got to improve. But offensively, they're getting to the basket, and they're winning those one-on-ones, and also they're spreading the ball well, and they've been able to beat the press at the very end that we just saw. But defensively, they got to pick it up, and it's got to be the little fundamental things, the things you work on when you come after break or you're just starting the season off of off-season lifting. You got to be able to box out. You got to be able to hold the baseline. You just got to be able to run with people, especially when you're playing a soft little 3-2 zone.
Well, and the story of the game so far, Will, the rebounding of the Eagles, 20-11, the advantage there, and it's made for a lot of easy layups as well.
Yeah, and well, I mean, you had to have kind of expected that they would definitely be aggressive rebounding. They definitely had the upper hand with the rebounding. But the Cardinals, I mean, I guess being 20-11, you're sort of happy, but
-5 would be a good number, but not -9, I think is what Coach Horn would say. But no doubt they're talking about what they can do, and it's just going to take more production out of everybody. And didn't see the turnover number, but that's got to be the other important stat you'd look at. The Eagles with just 4 turnovers, Cardinals with 7, so that needs to go the other way as well as you look at the second half. We'll go ahead and take another 3-minute timeout, come back with more of our halftime show after this. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
The Webb City Booster Club is proud to support Webb City student athletes. The Booster Club works with parents, community volunteers, and businesses to enrich the experience of Webb City High School athletics. They would like to encourage anyone interested in making an impact on our student athletes to consider joining the Booster Club. If you are an individual, family, or business and would like more information on joining the Boosters, you can stop by the Booster trailer that is at all Cardinal home games, or you can find them on Facebook at Webb City Athletic Booster Club. Webb City Booster Club wishes all their athletes an amazing year.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
KNEA would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here in Webb City, Missouri. Our halftime show brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We await the second half, 1:38 to go. Nixa is out of the locker room, still wait for Webb City. And while we've got just a few minutes to go over some of these stats from the first half.
Just the biggest thing, Will, is like we said, like you guys both said, and what's been the biggest key for the past 2-3 games of this Super Night at the Dome is just the rebounding. I mean, offensive rebounding, they're getting beat by 6, and then defensively, they're getting beat by 4. So, yes, they're smaller numbers, but to a team that's getting a perfect 10-10 split and 20 total rebounds in the first half, you got to do more. You got to box out. You got to do those nitty-gritty things. And the other thing to notice is you got to take advantage of the Eagles not shooting well. They're shooting 16% from the 3. They've sparked it up about 12 times, so you got to be careful. I mean, you can't just let it go, but you got to make sure you get those rebounds, take advantage, and as you always say, score in transition or score off turnovers.
Yeah, definitely really important. Only down by 10. Every single point matters. Every single point from especially the free throw line. Webb City only got there twice. Holton Keith and Holden Johnson. They both missed. Holden Johnson was 1 for 2. Holton Keith missed none. Scott Boudreau down on the sideline. Coach Horn going to see if he makes his way over. He's not going to. So Scott Boudreau will head on back up. We'll get ready for this second half to go underway.
What's the biggest thing you need to see from the Cardinals today to start getting into this 10-point lead and going into the third quarter?
Well, I think you gotta keep your aggressiveness up. You can't be in a slump. You can't be down. Oh, woe is me. You got to stay aggressive, and also very important, stay under control. Don't go out of control, being too aggressive, but definitely stay under control. And you see Trey Turner, he's out there with 3 fouls. He's going to have to be careful.
And our good friend Tim Workman doing his best to get the crowd going. A little pump it up music here, guys, and that's what the Cardinals need here to start this second half, as the Eagles will have possession. Cardinals trail at 32-22. Randy Flint with the basketball. Cardinals in their half-court 1-2-2 trap. All the starters back in there for the Cardinals. There's Kelvin Flint for three, no good. Rebound by Holton Keith. Looking to push the basketball. Picked up his dribble, gives it to Turner. Foster guarding him. Over to Slade Hurd, had 11 points in the first half. He takes it to the cup, no good. Rebound Riggs. Goes up against a couple of Eagles, had his shot blocked. McKnight brings it across. Now to Kelvin Flint, back to McKnight. Looks for help. Gets it to Randy Flint. Now to Foster for a long three. Airballed it and saved inside and picked up by Pace. Oh, and he threw it away. Excuse me, that was Hurd that got the loose ball on the ground. Tried to get it to his teammate Eli Pace, and McKnight picked it off. Sometimes you just get in a hurry trying to outlet everything, and you just got to be a little patient. McKnight at the free throw line, I believe, in that first half. McKnight at the free throw line. Two for six. Got that one to go. 34-22, the lead for the Eagles. There's Slade Hurd for three. His shot short. Rebound by Foster for the Eagles. He'll bring it across against Holton Keith. Trapped by Turner. Gets it in the corner to McKnight. Now back up top to Flint. Now over to Foster. And back to McKnight. Near steal by Pace. Kelvin Flint now down the lane goes McKnight. Shot no good. Picked up by Pace. Cardinals looking to run. And Randy Flint standing in his way. Coach Blansett with a smile on his face. He thought maybe he had established position, but Eli Pace did a nice job showing him a shoulder that time, I think. Holton Keith to throw it in. Cardinal student section standing in force across the way from us. Pace looking to get the Cardinals on the board to start this second half. Turner on the curl against Foster. There's the lob to Holton Keith on the backdoor lob for two. They were very patient with the play that time, and Holton Keith with the finish.
That's one of those plays, Scott, they've been running since Horn got here 9 seasons ago. I mean, it works almost every time, but you can't run it too much. So they got to find another way offensively to get more efficient.
34-24, Cardinals trailing by 10. They throw it down the baseline, goes Combs. Shot in the lane, no good. Rebound, McKnight. And they're going to call a jump ball. Nice job by Riggs fighting for the rebound. He gets the jump ball out of it.
And that's what you want to see from Riggs. You want to see those small, dirty work kind of.
And I think it should go back to the Cardinals. Now the scoring table finally helping out the experienced refs here. Price, Thiel, and Kirk Moore.
I don't know.
Up the floor they go to Holton Keith. Down the lane against McKnight. Scoop shot, good! And he was fouled. He'll get one more at the free throw line. Cardinals playing with some toughness here in the early going of the third.
I think that's just exactly what you need. That's the momentum swing right there. I mean, now you're down 8, chance to cut it to 7. I mean, now you got one of the bigs, you got a couple of the guards and 2-3 foul troubles. So now it's just a matter of time who's going to be more mature and who can control the rest of the game from here on out.
Holton Keith at the free throw line, 0 for 2 in that first half. Puts this one off the back iron. Rebound by Kelvin Flint. Over to Combs. Cross court to Randy Flint. Back up top to Kelvin Flint. Stolen by Riggs. On the floor with it's McKnight. I don't know how he stood up and dribbled. I didn't think he could do that. Foster with a three. No good. Rebound by McKnight. And he's fouled once again.
Well, I don't know if he dribbled, Scott, but he got up, looked like he dribbled, and
Dalton Riggs will check out. Mason Young in for the Cardinals. They pass it out long up top to Kelvin Flint. Turner guarding in the corner to Combs for three. It's good. Left him wide open that time. Holton Keith comes the other way, 37-26. Spins in the lane. Keith shot, no good, and rebound by McKnight.
It's as they were saying earlier, that was me and Will were talking about. That's a great possession by the Eagles. They shot 16% in that first half, but they can't miss forever. Team 9-1 doesn't miss like that.
Mason Young deflecting the shot, comes the other way with it, and then dribbles it out of bounds. You love the young man's effort there to get the deflection on the shot, get the rebound, bring it up the floor, and then maybe just come back under control at some point, as we talked about. 37-26, the Cardinals trail. 4:38 left here in the third. Cardinals looking to trap once again. And Bobby Thiel says we got a foul on the play. It'll be on Holton Keith. And that's one thing Coach Horn wanted them to understand from the previous game, was how aggressive you can be or can't be on a given defensive posture. You can't be reaching. You want to play with your feet.
You got to play with your feet, but when the ball's in the air, you got to know when to just, when you're in position, when you're out of position.
Nearly stolen, but Combs picks it up. Gets in the lane, shot no good. Mason Young with a rebound. Dangerous pass, but Pace saved him that time on the outlet. And he'll get it back and start the offense for the Cardinals. I think I'd love to see Pace get down the lane again. There's Turner with it. Kicks it out to Holton Keith. All the way to the cup for two with the left hand. 37-28. Nice little curl move that time.
And he uses left hand, Scott. I bet you love to see that.
Love the left side left hand. And Cardinals with a steal.
Go
Turner against Kelvin Flint for two. 37-30. The Cardinals 4 straight points. Their 1-2-2 half-court trap working effectively right now. McKnight with it. Kicks it out to Foster. Inside to go to Kelvin Flint for two. And he put it up before Pace knew he was going to. And an easy floater that time. Now Pace wants to get downhill. Has it knocked out of his hand. Nearly threw it away. Now on the floor with it, Mason Young gets it to Slade Hurd. And how about let's just reset it. Trey Turner calls out the play. They get it to Slade Hurd. He hadn't had a good look at three in this half. They're a little wary of him. There goes Turner down the side, and Coach Horn wants a timeout. We'll take it with you. Cardinals trail 39-30 with 2:43 left in the third. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back here in 30 seconds.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Welcome you back to Webb City High School here at the Cardinal Dome. Scott Boudreau along with Dimitri Lloyd, not Dimitri Young. Maybe he'll be Dimitri Young one of these days. Dimitri Lloyd and Will Hedrick. Luke Taylor back at our studios. Cardinals trailing 39-30. They cut it just a minute ago, and the Eagles came right back down and scored. Coach Horn wanted to set things up here as the Cardinals got the ball back, and a baseline out of bounds play coming up for the Cardinals. It's been a back and forth battle here in this third quarter. A couple of new players in for the Eagles as Gibson and Melteberger check in. They get it outside to Trey Turner against Foster. He needs to take him downhill. He does. Shot missing inside. Rebound by McKnight and gets it to Foster. Near steal by Holton Keith. Now to Gibson on the left side. Dribbles down the middle. And outside to Foster. Now to Kelvin Flint. Cardinals looking to trap him. And McKnight had it for a moment, deflected. Cardinals trying to adjust against this look that the Eagles give him offensively. There's Gibson and spinning through the lane and a foul. I believe it'll be on Mason Young. Gibson will go to the free throw line. Holden Johnson will check in for Slade Hurd. Second free throw good by Gibson. Eli Pace pushes it up the floor. Turner to Holden Johnson. Oh, dangerous pass to Pace, but he grabbed it. 40-30, the Eagles lead. Backdoor cut. And nice feed by Pace. I don't know if he had too much English on that. Holden Keith just couldn't get his hand on it. He would have had a layup. Cardinals try to trap in the backcourt this time. They get it to McKnight, the Eagles do. Delvin Flint with it. And Ty Kellis. I'm going to have to apologize to our listeners. I've been calling him Gibson all night. He's number 15. Ty Kellis been the one scoring all the points. He's got 9. So apologies to Ty Kellis' family. Shot up, no good by the Cardinals. They trail at 42-30.
Young's just got to know right there. He's got a bigger body on him. He's got a more experienced body on him. You just got to go straight up. He's not going to bite on the pump fake. He's not going to try to go into. He's a smarter little player.
Mason Young picks up the loose ball. Holden Johnson got the deflection. Got it up. Now Young to Holden Keith. Stops, pops in the lane. Got Ty Kellis in the air that time and scores. Back to a 10-point deficit. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Combs, Melterberger, and Cardinals wanted to walk. Now Melterberger has it back. And now to Kellis down the lane. He goes, blocked. And off the Cardinals with 15.5 seconds to go. Cardinals will bring Slade Hurd back in. They'd love to prevent the score here on the baseline out of bounds play from the Eagles and then try to get one more score.
They just can't be out of position, Scott. I mean, they keep gambling on the backside even when the
Combs
ball's not
down the
going
lane. His shot no good, but a rebound and a block out of bounds. Holden Johnson said, not going to be easy here. As, Calvin Flint just found out.
He perfectly timed the jump. I mean, he was a perfectly clean block, and hopefully that's the momentum they keep going.
That time McKnight on the post up. He was double teamed. Oh, they hate that because that's the 5th team foul in this quarter. With 8 seconds to go, I think McKnight's going to go to the free throw line. I don't know if the referees, now they're making the call for the players to line up. McKnight at the free throw line. He's got 10 points on the night, misses the free throw. And maybe the best defense against McKnight is to at least send him to the free throw line without making a shot. Second free throw good. Cardinals have a chance to score here. 8 seconds. A fake by Hurd. There's a three. It's good! With 2 seconds to go in the quarter, Hurd gets the Cardinals back within 8. It's 43-35 Eagles as we head to the fourth. Back here in 1 minute, you're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Dome here at Webb City High School. Cardinals trailed by 10 at halftime, 32-22. Trailed by 10 for a lot of that quarter. That late three by Slade Hurd really helps. They close it to an 8-point deficit to start the fourth. What are you looking for as you continue to try to chip away here in this fourth quarter?
They got to keep getting ways to get the ball without fouling. They got to get more rebound, but more importantly, they got to be more efficient on offense. They got to get better shots. They got to get more open shots. They just got to create better offense. They can't have more of these one-on-one opportunities where they're going in and getting stolen. They just got to be able to prevent. They got to be able to be unselfish. Get a screen going. Get a good pass fake going. But they just got to be on the same page as well. I mean, we saw a turnover between Keith and Pace. I mean, you just got to get those easy buckets going and maybe try and draw a foul and try to get some of these starters in foul trouble as well.
Here comes Kelvin Flint with it for the Eagles. Over to Kellis. Cross court, now back to Kelvin Flint. Challenge there and blocked out of bounds by Holton Keith on the help defense. That's a beautiful example of the dive to the weak side after the cross court pass.
Absolutely, and it was more important that the first defender that got there just went straight up. Didn't try to foul, didn't try to block, and that allowed Keith to come in and send the shot out of bounds.
Combs has it up top. Guarded by Pace and Hurd. Inside they go to Meltenberger. Now back to Combs. Down the lane he goes. Feeds it to Ty Kellis and he scores. He's been effective off the bench tonight. He's got 11. He and Adam McKnight lead the way with 11 apiece. Pace to Holden Johnson. Had it knocked away and picked up by Combs. And Ty Kellis scores easy on the transition. Quickly, the Cardinals back down by 12, 47-35. Pace to Hurd. Downhill, back up top to Pace for three. Off the mark, rebound by Hurd. Now to Holton Keith. He drives the lane. Spinner in the lane, right. Well, jump hook is good, 47-37. The Cardinals close it back to 10 again. They'll show a little 1-2-2 full court look now and drop into it on the half court. Combs gets it across. Kelvin Flint with it now. Driving down the lane, passing late to Ty Kellis. He's cut off that baseline, I'm going to tell you, at least 6 times now. Scored probably on 4 of those 6.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And Mason Young being guarded by McKnight. They'll get a foul on McKnight as they tried to feed the post that time. Snodgrass Collision Center is honored to serve the area and support our local schools. Located at 1604 East 4th Street in Joplin. Specializes in complete body and frame repair, 4-wheel alignment, and paintless dent repair. Snodgrass Collision Center, 781-7774. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals in tonight's game. And proudly supporting the Cardinals is Baker Davis Roderick CPAs. BDR provides payroll, bookkeeping, and bill payment services for churches and small businesses. Baker Davis Roderick is located at 920 East 15th Street in Joplin. For more information, 417-782-0829 or online at www.bdrcpas.com. And finally, supporting Webb City Cardinal Athletics is Webb City Florist and Greenhouse. They offer flower bouquets for all occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, and funerals. Find out more about Webb City Florist and Greenhouse at 417-673-3780 as the Cardinals keep trying to battle back in this one. Eagles have answered each little run by the Cardinals. Cardinals have a chance here on a baseline out of bounds play. They'll go flat here. Let's see what Coach Horn's dialed up. Little cross screen. Inside it goes to Mason Young, and he missed the layup. And the Eagles get the rebound. Boy, you can't run a play any better than that. Young's got to finish.
Absolutely, but the biggest thing about it is once they miss a shot, you already know the Eagles they're trying to get 2 or 3 more. But with the runs that they're going on, is Holden gets the foul call, and they're getting either when they score or when they go get a bucket. I mean, they got to be able to play defense, and that's what the Eagles are doing. The second the Cardinals get a bucket, they're pushing the pace, and they're getting 2, 3 more, and that's what's allowed them to get to this 12-point run.
Here come the Cardinals the other way. Trey Turner. Mason Young inside. Back out to Turner. Drives baseline. Threw it away. Knocked out of bounds by Ty Kellis. Holden Johnson checks out as Dalton Riggs returns for the Cardinals. Riggs has it in the corner. Back up top now. Holton Keith will run the show. Drives against Ty Kellis. Misses the layup. Cardinals will get the rebound as Pace picks it up. He'll drive to the corner and a push from behind. It'll be Cardinals ball out of bounds. They have run 2 successive great baseline out of bounds plays. I was just talking to Coach Horn this morning about the execution that they get out of this. And, of course, what he wants is the execution in the score. So let's see what happens here. Mason Young at the elbow. Nearly stolen, now inside to Riggs against McKnight. Forces the contact and puts it in anyway. 49-39, the Cardinals trail with 5:26 left here in the fourth. Randy Flint with the basketball to Foster. Guarded by Pace. Gets a screen from McKnight. Nearly stolen. McKnight spins and scores. Once he seals you, it's about over.
Absolutely, and he does a really good job. And it's a test to the tail of his footwork, though. His footwork's the most important part of it, and he's able to pivot and use that big frame and go get a bucket.
Holton Keith back to Pace. Dribbles down the lane. Spins. And they call him for a walk. I guess he slid that front foot that time. Pace shaking his head as Slade Hurd comes back. Mason Young checks out for the Cardinals. You can't have too many more of these empty possessions if you're the Cardinals, and you got to have some stops on this defensive end. There's Kelvin Flint down the lane, jumper from the baseline, no good. Over the back, McKnight, no call, but Turner comes up with it.
The crazy thing about that was, though, Scott, he had 3 people box him out again. I mean, that's the second or third time this game.
And Turner loses it on the ensuing dribble to that left sideline. Got to be able to dribble with your eyes up.
Especially the defense that the Eagles are putting on them is they're waiting, they're pushing the pace, and then they're trapping them right at half court, almost giving Webb City a taste of their own medicine.
McKnight fakes, now goes down the lane, fouled and missed the shot. They'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. We'll tell you that you can download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone apps at kneo.org. The KNEO iPhone and Android phone apps are sponsored by the Webb City Booster Club. McKnight knocks down the first. Foster back in for the Eagles. Holden Johnson. And then a little elbow shot from McKnight against Holden Johnson, who had gotten the rebound. Cardinal fans a little uproar about it, but Bobby Thiel with a nice little conversation say, hey, everybody just calm down, including the players. Nice conversation to McKnight in the paint. Holden Johnson, jumper in the lane, no good. Fighting for the rebound. And McKnight just fights his way out of there.
One of the key things about McKnight, though, is he's had a great night, but he's got 4 fouls.
Yeah,
if you're Riggs, you got to go at him. If you're offensively, if you're on Coach Horn's offense, you got to make a play. You got to make a mismatch, and you got to go at him. You got to go attack.
McKnight has been struck on the edge of his left eye and is bleeding, so Eagles will be asked to make a substitution right now as Cardinals trainer will look after him at the moment as Joni Hatterman attends to him. Eagles get the ball back, and Combs with a three from the corner makes it 55-39. It's maybe their largest lead of the game, certainly largest of the half. Pace fouled going down the lane.
It's the largest lead of the game, Scott, because they're just out of gas. They're getting beat one-on-one, and they're just getting beat, and they're getting out-hustled. So you see what Webb City can do in these last 3.5 minutes, but it's going to start here. It's got to start at the free throw line. It's going to start with boxing out, and now with McKnight out, you got to do something.
Yeah, you want to try to close the gap somehow, and it starts with some good offensive sets. Second free throw good by Eli Pace. He's got 6 on the evening. 55-41. I don't know what Randy Flint was reading there, but he wasn't reading his own man. He threw it to the head of Jeff Montgomery, and he missed that too.
I don't think Mr. Montgomery was ready for it though.
He threw it right at the score table, and Holton Keith will bring it across. Now Eli Pace has it to set up the offense. Got to have a score here. Holton Keith, there's the backdoor lob look to Trey Turner. Didn't have it. Now they get it back to him on the feed from Riggs. Gets down the lane, has it knocked out of his hand, never got a shot off. Foster with it for the Eagles. And Coach Blancett wants a timeout. We'll take it with you. Back here in 30 seconds with the Cardinals trailing 55-41. You're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Back to Webb City High School here at the Cardinal Dome. The Cardinals trail 55-41. 3:08 left here in the fourth quarter. And Coach Horn, again, just wants to use these timeouts to get his guys to play the right way and keep battling against what's a very tough Eagles team, and they knew it would be. Adam McKnight had to check out. There was an eye injury. He was bleeding from his left eye. Likely not to return at this point, so Cardinals have to just try to keep guarding. There's a steal by Holton Keith, pauses, and then finishes 55-43, under 3 to go.
He's having a great night, Scott. He's also having a great year as well. I mean, he's always had 5 consecutive 20-point games on the year, and he's just got to keep going as well.
18 points for Holton Keith, 14 for Hurd. He had 11 in the first half, just 1-3 late in the third quarter. The only points for Hurd in this second half, but they were quite attentive to him. And a lot of the reason for that. Combs throws it in to Randy Flint. Over on the right side. Now back to Randy Flint, now to Kelvin Flint. Fakes and Pace cut him off, but he fouls him. And that'll be the third foul on Eli Pace. Fourth team foul on the Cardinals. It'll be sideline out of bounds for the Eagles.
Well, I couldn't tell on that one, Scott, if Flint had grabbed him or Pace had grabbed him.
Well, the Cardinals have had enough near steals tonight to fill a bucket up. A block by Hurd, tried to save it and threw it to midcourt where Foster was. Nearly perfect play there. There's Combs for three. It's good from the right wing. 58-43. Eagles have had an answer for most everything the Cardinals have thrown at them. Hurd down the lane, spins. Tries to bump his way out of there, now gives it up to Turner. Back to Hurd now. Foster on him. And Eli Pace down the lane, spins, turns, shoots, and shooter's touch once again. He's got 8.
You can tell he works on that, Scott. I mean, that's a shot right there. We're talking about with the bump, and that's an alternative to the bump as well.
58-45. Cardinals trail by 13. Combs dribbles across the lane. Kicks it out to Randy Flint. Inside they go to Maltenberger. Now swing it back around to Combs. Back inside they go. Maltenberger no good. Rebound by Hurd. He's got Keith and Dalton Riggs ahead of him. Tried to feed it late. Got it back after the deflection. And now Pace with it to Holton Keith. He wants a three. It's short. And Combs with the rebound for the Eagles. Under a minute to go. Cardinals trail at 58-45. Garden Foster. And Eagles can probably play keep away if they want to, if the Cardinals stay in this zone. There goes Kelvin Flint through the traffic and back out. Foster with it now. Now Randy Flint, as Eagles going to win this one tonight. Extend their record on the year to 10-1 in their first COC win of the new year. Cardinals will fall to 4-3. And we'll be back on the air around 3 o'clock on Thursday as the Cardinals get right back after it against Poplar Bluff in the Kaminsky Classic. The final here tonight, Nixa Eagles 58, Webb City Cardinals 45. Back here in 2 minutes, you're listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome back to Webb City High School. We're at the Cardinal Dome. The Cardinals fall in the doubleheader tonight. Lady Cardinals fall 72-43 and boys 58-45, losing to the Nixa Eagles. Our postgame show brought to you by Price Family Insurance and Financial Services and Crowder College. And we're joined in our postgame by head coach Jason Horn. And Coach, when we talked earlier today about this Nixa Eagles team, we knew they would be typical Nixa in a lot of ways, but the story tonight was the inside game that they had that you guys had to try to wall up against. I thought made it tough for them. They made a few threes here and there as well. But your assessment overall on the game tonight?
I just thought they were more aggressive. They were downhill when they had the ball in their hands, very aggressive. And we had a number of guys on the floor that were east and west with what they were doing. Moment was probably a little bit too big for them, and it definitely showed.
In order to challenge a team like this, you had to also have a productive night. You got the early hot start from Slade Hurd. I thought that was big to see him get his confidence back, and would have loved for that to continue. I'm sure they were looking for him, though, a little more in that second half as well.
Yeah, he's put in a lot of time. The last two games he hadn't had some of those shots go for him, so it was good to see the shots fall for him tonight. He did a good job of ducking into some open windows, and they found him. But he shot the ball with confidence. He gave a lift to us when we needed it. We got that little burst right there in the first half to get that game to 2 and force their first time out. A lot of that had to do with just him getting into open windows and making shots, and guys finding him and putting the ball where he could catch it on time and get the shot off.
Rebounding also was going to be a big key going into tonight. I think you guys were -9 in the first half. They've gotten a little better in the second half, but what was the challenge there just for your ball club overall?
Just go get the ball. We boxed out, a number of times, and we would let the ball hit the ground, and then they would just run around it and get it. And that goes back to maybe the moment was a little bit too big. The message at halftime was, you can't play timid and scared. Your opponent will sense it, and they were climbing our back to go get the ball, and we were, like I said, boxing out but letting the ball hit the ground instead of making contact, going up on the rim and getting it, and a lot of trying to grab the ball with one hand. I just thought they looked physically stronger than what we look. Knocking the ball out of our hands multiple times. It was just a really good veteran team, and they're gonna be hard to beat.
This was a game where you certainly needed everybody to contribute one way or the other, and I thought as the game wore on, you talk about the toughness factor, but there were some block shots here and there were guys fighting on the floor at times for the ball, and guys like Riggs and Holden Johnson and Mason Young can only grow from something like this, understanding how big that challenge was and what they did well and then what they need to improve on from here.
Yeah, we just got to practice. We'll go through this game tomorrow. There'll be plenty for them to see, and then we have a quick turnaround. We have to get ready to play Poplar Bluff. They've got a really good team. They're going to be big and physical just like this team here tonight, and we will definitely have our work cut out for us.
Well, Coach, a tough loss here tonight, but I know you're anxious to get right back after it in the Kaminsky Classic. It's a 3 o'clock start, I believe, maybe 3:30.
3:30. Joplin will open the tournament at 2 o'clock with William Chrisman, and then Poplar Bluff will play us at 3:30. So we've got a couple games. We started watching on them, and we'll try to get as prepared as we can and give ourselves the best chance we can to win.
Well, Coach, good luck on Thursday. We'll join you over there in Joplin for a couple of those games in the Kaminsky Classic, and we appreciate the visit here in the postgame.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And we'll take our final break here. Our postgame show brought to you by Price Family Insurance and Financial Services and Crowder College. We'll take a final 1-minute break here. Come back, close things out. You've been listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Huhat Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Huhat Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Huhat's mouth-watering signature sauces. Huhat Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at huhat.com.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Back here at the Cardinal Dome for the final time as the Cardinal boys fall 58-45 to the Nixa Eagles, and we saw how tough the COC is and how tough it's always going to be, particularly against these Nixa Eagles. And Cardinals have a chance to get back to practice tomorrow and learn from some mistakes maybe here this evening, Dimitri, and then get ready to play face Poplar Bluff over in Joplin on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, I think it'll be a similar game from what the Eagles play. I mean, the Eagles, they're up in your face for the entire day. I mean, it's an hour of just straight, just in your face, deny, try to beat us one-on-one. And then they go on offense, and they're basically saying, I'm faster than you, I'm stronger than you. I may miss it, but I can go get this rebound. And that's what they're going to do, and that's probably one of the top teams in the conference, even with the newly merged teams. And that's what they saw last year against Poplar Bluff when they went up there to the hills and played them. I mean, they're going to play another fast, high-style, high-profile team with a lot of bigger guards and bigger post players like they see in Nixa. But now they know, now they have the film, and what are you going to do now? You got 2 days to go get back at it, and how are you going to improve on it, and how are you going to improve it as a team as well? And you just got to do it emotionally and also physically as well.
And that'll do it here from the Cardinal Dome tonight. Our final, once again, the Nixa Eagle girls win it 72-43. The guys win it 58-45. And for Luke Taylor back at our studios, for Will Hedrick, for Dimitri Young, this is Scott Boudreau saying good night from the Cardinal Dome. And we'll now join Through the Bible with J. Vernon McGee. You've been listening to Cardinal Basketball on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.